right here with 8 teams who qualified to play it out here for the overall prize pool of $35,000. We're going to introduce the teams to you. We're going to introduce everything to you. But before that, of course, I want to thank our sponsors, RaidCall and CM Store, who make that all possible to go out there in the internet and share them some love for everything they set up here. And we're going to kick things off with the first match anytime soon, which is going to be mousesports going up against Imaginary Gaming. But before that, of course, I want to introduce you to our team as well. One of them is going to take care of you guys in the social media department. And I'm talking about James, so let's just head over to him.
Thanks very much, Zoe. All throughout the weekend, you guys are going to be able to interact with our players directly. It's very easy. All you have to do is go to raidcall.com, download the client, and jump into channel 1997. We'll be taking your questions for our players all weekend long, and you guys will even have the opportunity to win some great prizes from CM Storm and from Need for Seat USA. The first thing you guys can do, though, is jump over to the website. It's raidcall-ems1.com. Up on the site, you'll see a bunch of bets that you can place for our matches throughout the day. Best performers are obviously going to be eligible to win some prizes. So head over there right now, place your bets, and we'll see who comes out on top. But for now, we're almost ready to jump into some games. So I'll hand you over to the 2 men who will be taking us through the weekend's action. It's Toby and Wagamama.
Thank you very much, and hello, I am Toby1, and joining me is Wagamama. We'll be your commentators for this wonderful weekend. 2 days of action, man.
2 days, and it's gonna be intense, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. We get to go into this live LAN event style, like
we're just gonna rush matches, like many games right after each other, pretty much, and lots of Dota this weekend.
All about the non-stop action. Of course, we will be doing the entire competition, the 2 of us together. Luckily, we got Zoe, we got the wonderful James as well from our social corner.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll actually get to go through what the way the entire tournament actually came to be. So let's actually bring it up on the screen right now. So it all started off coming in through, well, the original teams, then going in through the cup. So we had 4 big cups. They ended up going on the Mondays and the Tuesdays, and anybody could sign up for these guys, be it through the normal series, or be it the invited teams as well, and the qualified teams for the last competition too. And at the end of the cups, we all had this wonderful point system, which got us into our group stages.
Exactly. So the teams that had the most points, of course, they go here and now going to compete.
That they do, man. That they do. Of course, they did have to get themselves through the group stages. Of course, that was a little bit of fun. But no matter how we look at it, we still have 8 teams. They are here to play out for $35,000 worth of prize money, being courtesy to RaidCall as well. So thanks to them. It's beautiful. And that's where we are.
Exactly.
Over here at the finals. Of course, the finals itself, it is one of these things which you want to check out right now. The bracket, of course, is the next thing we want to be looking at up on our screen. So we'll see how it's all going to unfold, man. Now, obviously, the biggest players that you'll probably pick out of this one, Fnatic, e.g., mousesports.
Yes, that's the teams that anyone would pretty much say that you would look out for. But anything can happen. It's 8 teams in a tournament, and anyone can really make an upset in a tournament like this. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes in the first game, really.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Like, obviously, we are going to be kicking off with the boys from the Mouse Boys first. Exactly. So, yeah, without any further ado, let's actually throw it back over to Zoe, and let's see the teams.
Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, we indeed going to get the 2 teams up on stage, or rather one of those guys from the teams are going to be standing here for a few seconds, giving us a quick interview. But before that, we want to actually introduce the teams to you guys at home. So I think the first one almost is not really in need of a real introduction, but still we're going to go for it. Of course, I'm talking about mousesports, who are in this very first game of the quarterfinals, probably be considered as the favorite. But yeah, what they have to think or say about the games, we're going to check out in a second.
Going into this event, we're just going to focus mainly on what's very stable for us. We might try a few things here and there if it fits in. If we see an opportunity to try out a pick, we're not afraid to try it here because it's not like we want to hide something. We need to try it to see if it actually works for us. But generally, we'll just be sticking with stuff we're comfortable with to make sure we have a good shot at getting a good result. To describe our playstyle very briefly, we play very solid and safe early game and then try to build on our advantage early on into the mid game. So we're generally not one of the most active teams early on, but once we get some momentum going in the game, we're not afraid to really try to take advantage of the situation. Our first match is against Imaginary Gaming, which is a French team. We've played against them once or twice before, so we don't know too much about them, but there's not too much data about them or anything out there because they don't play too many tournaments. But our experience against them has been good, so I think we're just going to stick with our guns and we should be the favorites for the match.
The top 3 teams here are going to be EG, Fnatic and ourselves. I think Fnatic is going to be our biggest threat because they've been boot camping for quite a long time and they've improved quite a lot, so we think they are really strong now.
It's called Mousesports, and I have Sindre now joining me for a very quick interview. I'm going to let you get back to you guys in just a second. So you just said that you're not going to really hold back or anything, and that you're going to play your safe style. You faced off against Imaginary Gaming already in the group stages and 1-0'd them. Does that make you feel completely confident, and do you just think like it's going to be an easy first one for you?
I don't think any game is going to be easy, and you have the wrong mindset if you're just going into the game expecting this is going to be a walkover. Every team is going to do their best, and since it's single elimination, we can't afford to lose a single match. We can afford to lose one game because it's best of 3, and hopefully that doesn't happen. But we're like I said before, we're gonna play stable, we're gonna play our thing, and hopefully be victorious with that.
Right, so you guys have already been in the spring finals. You actually went to the semi-finals where you unfortunately lost against Navi. Where do you see yourself this time around?
I think in terms of competition this time, there's less top teams. So in that regard, I guess you could say we're more of a favorite than last time. I personally wasn't here the last time the 4 other players were here in the Spring Cup. So I don't really have experience with this event. But yeah, I mean, the way the field looks right now, I guess we're considered the favorites. That can be both a good and a bad thing because then we can disappoint. But yeah, hopefully we just, we're confident. We're gonna do our thing, and hopefully it's enough.
We very much hope so. We definitely hope for a good game. So thanks a lot for taking the time for the quick interview. And now we're going to show you the second team who is facing off against mousesports here in the first match in the quarterfinals. And I'm talking about Imaginary Gaming. So let's check out their video.
We are playing against mousesports right now, having a very good streak nowadays. So it's a big challenge for us. We train like really hard to play against them specifically.
The biggest challenge for us is definitely going to be mousesports. I mean, they're a huge team. They're going to TI. They qualified. They're on an insane streak. I mean, we watched them 2 days ago, and they 2-0'd Alliance in a pretty convincingly fashion. So they're definitely for us the top dogs. I'm pretty sure that they're the most favorite to win this tournament as well. I think that hands down right now, these guys are the guys to beat, for sure.
We don't really care about what other people do. We just think about a strat and we go, okay, this is very good and we're gonna play this, and that's it. And we train that strat, and it sometimes has nothing to do with what other people play, but we don't really care about that. We just want to do our strats and think it through and execute it.
Stage just before their game happens. So once more, of course, a few questions to you guys. You just said that you don't gonna care about what they're gonna do. You're just gonna play your game. You're gonna try to do the best out of it. Considering that you actually faced off against each other already in the group stage and lost against them, does that make you feel a bit more unconfident about the match coming up, or does that not play into it at all?
Well, I don't think it's going to play a big part, because we practiced a lot since then. Previously, we answered a few interviews and we said that we didn't come prepared for that match a month ago. But today I think that we did some good practice and we're definitely ready.
Okay, so the mousesports guys already stated it. They don't have too much experience going up against you guys, as they just didn't. Do you think that's probably working out in your favor, that they don't know really what they can expect from you guys?
Yeah, I think definitely. That's definitely a video game where you can surprise people if you think kind of out of the box, and that's definitely what we're going to go for.
All right, I can't wait to see all the out-of-the-box thinking. So good luck to you guys, of course, as well. And we're going to jump right into all the action with the first game here at the RaidCall EMS 1 Summer Finals in Katowice in Poland. And for all the action, of course, we're going to hand it over to our guys, Toby 1 and Wagamama.
Thank you very much, Zoe. Welcome back over here to our commentary corner, where we got ourselves a couple of extra moments while the rest of mousesports assemble themselves over at the computers and get themselves inside the lobby, and then we will be starting up this first game. Waga, let's actually just talk about our matchup. Now, I kind of want to talk about imaginary gaming before we talk about mouse, because everybody knows mouse.
Of course.
But very few know imaginary gaming.
Yeah. I mean, it is one of those teams that have come up quite recently, and they are not known to many, as Mouse even confessed in their own little video that there's not much material for them to use when they're studying these guys, because they don't really know. And Imaginary Gaming, on their hand, they said that they don't care about what's popular, they don't care about what other people are doing, they want to do their own things, work on that, research it, and then just execute it. So I think that Mousesport, they should be really scared about anything cheeky. Normal, do nothing.
Doing normal Cinder and stuff. Like we've seen it throughout the entire scene really, but mousesports is one of those ones which you flag a lot higher, where if you got a strat that works, you just go with it. It's basic strats, everything's very basic logic, and you go, this is the way it's all supposed to happen.
Exactly. What message you can send in the first game, because that can really set the tone for the second game.
Yeah.
If you take a surprising win as Imaginary Gaming against Mousesport here, then they can really throw them off maybe. And I think they need a good first game.
Oh yeah, man. But it's actually kind of funny because Imaginary Gaming, like, not a lot of people know that they were there from EMS. Not from EMS. They were there at ESWC.
Yeah.
At ESWC, and they were one of the 3 French teams that were competing at that last ESWC event.
That's true.
The one that Navi ended up taking out. So they're a team that's got a little bit of LAN experience behind them in the French scene. But right now, of course, up on our screen is a team which is getting more and more experience as goes along. A team that will be attending the International as well as a team that won the qualifier, the #1 position out of the qualifier.
It's a scary first matchup for Imaginary Game for sure, and they did face off against each other before. I feel that this should be more to their advantage than their disadvantage, though. I don't think that they did ask it over there if they felt uncomfortable, but it's hard to answer something so quickly. But to their advantage, they did play against Mouse before. They know how they worked against Mouse in that game. They can use all the replays that are available of Mouse and see what can we do against this.
Yeah.
Whereas Mouse, pretty much, they are fighting against, you know, something they don't really know.
And when you just do that, you go safe strats no matter what you can do.
Exactly.
We had on our screen just before Black. We're still having some issues getting Black into the lobby. Once he's in, we will be able to launch.
It's too much carry power for the team.
Yeah.
I can't handle.
You can't handle that APM. Oh, is it just the GPM?
The GPM mostly, man.
Yeah. He doesn't need APM. It's just like right-click move in this general direction and then just win.
I don't know this APM you speak of. I only speak XP
really?
per minute and gold per minute.
I thought you would be like the perfect person to know about APM, considering you're in a team with...
I was in a team with... Yes.
Yeah, you were, yes.
APM in maybe not the most important part of Dota.
No. Unless you want to control all 5 people, and even then, that won't work. All right. So it looks like we're having a bit of a sound problem here. Obviously, that's not a mousesports player, that's a tech guy. Which is checking out the computers. Luckily for everyone at home, like you'll see that headset he's putting on right now, the noise-cancelling headsets, these mean that we can actually do our job properly.
Yeah.
So
we can cast and they don't hear us.
Bingo. So
they do have a crowd in front of them though, so let's hope that
someone holds up a sign. Gank coming on bottom lane.
Roche time.
Wait for one of those to come up TI3.
I expect Bamboo to pull up a sign soon. Just sit there like Roche.
I don't know this Bamboo you talk of, man. He looks like more like Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, he is going for that look now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will see him in the next version of Desperado.
I was thinking like Zorro 3. Yeah.
I don't see him as Zorro.
you guys are going to see like the EG players later on today when they play their games. Yeah. For now, it's like we have like the mousesports and imaginary gaming guys. So we've got the culture of the French. We've got the German team, which is kind of surprising that they're still together. And I say that because the general joke around the Dota community is the fact that no German team is capable of remaining together.
Mouse are defying the odds there a little bit. I mean, it basically has its roots in Dota 1, right? Where there were so many good players from Germany, really, and it kept changing the teams. It kept being changes from either players or big team changes.
Yep.
And thus the German teams got that reputation for not lasting too long. But in Dota 2, I mean, Mouse has been pretty consistent. Both in players and the results.
Yeah, the Mouse organization's been around for a very, very long time. So, yeah. Of course, they're all one. They used to have an entire German lineup before Synderen joined them, so now there are only 4 Germans and 1 Dane. I don't know if like you need to always have. In fact, there's a Dane on your screen right now, Synderen. I don't know if a Danish player is required to actually keep every team in check. It was like Malk with EG. You've got Synderen with mousesports. Yeah. Who else have we actually got?
The Danes are the glue, you mean?
Yeah, Danes are the glue that bind Dota 2.
Oh.
Or Dota 1. Dota 1. I gotta remember Dota 1.
Yeah. True.
So I'm interested to see when this problem will be solved.
As soon as we get black into a game, we're gonna start up.
As we just sit here over on our side, feeling also important.
We do feel pretty important.
Yeah.
Everyone has to listen to us.
Yeah. And they have no choice. No choice
There's
whatsoever.
the mute button, but you know.
Yeah. We'll just put Zoe back up there again and just like, yeah, so let's have another like more in-depth interview with Cinder and talk about all of his picks and strats for TI3.
Waves for the camera. Imaginary gaming, so nice.
I mean, enjoy the atmosphere, man. Yeah. Enjoy the atmosphere.
I seem very happy about being here.
Yeah. Well, it's just like the last EMS. It's a very casual kind of like, it's a very social.
Yeah, it's more of a friendly LAN feeling than if you go to some other LANs. It's more, it's so much other stuff going on, but here we're here for one thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's.
It's just pure Dota.
It's just Dota.
It's rather a good thing too that it's a very, very social LAN, considering RaidCall is the sponsor. So yeah, definitely make sure you head yourself over to that room number 1997.
Yeah.
And start being social.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to be.
Social up.
As I just realized I've got a couple of settings which seem to not be, yeah. I have to change a couple of settings. Or I don't. No, I'm good. I'm good. Things are just popping up that shouldn't be popping up. Wonderful. Beautiful.
Pop-ups. You got virus?
No.
That was fast.
I have Steam Community. It can't be counted as a virus.
Yeah, I guess sometimes.
There's definitely still something wrong though with Black's computer. So I'm hoping. All I'm saying is wait and a bit of a giggle at the same time. Like,
so people, all of you in Steam, please invite Toby to all your guilds,
no,
all your teams.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's all shut down.
Damn it.
You can't find me that easy. Yeah.
All you people with good hacking skills, find Toby.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's not ask for that when we're at a LAN event. It's not a good thing at all, man. It's not a good thing at all. Harder to find me. We're out on tour, out here in wonderful Katowice.
Yeah.
In Poland.
Have you been out a lot, Toby? Seen the city?
No. Whenever I come to LAN events, I never really go outside and travel and look around.
That's because you're a nerd.
Yeah. I'm not going to deny the fact. There's no way I'm going to deny that fact. I come here for the people, the computers, the games.
Toby did, however, visit the basement of this hotel, of course, because he's a nerd. But on the other hand, there was a basement with a gym, so not as nerdy.
Yeah, that's the reason why we checked that out.
Yeah.
Anyway. So there's a bottom of the barrel which we're starting to scrape already. This isn't a good thing, man. This isn't a very good thing. I'm hoping there's going to be an update.
Nope.
That's not the update sign I was searching for. That's more of a insanely unknown question about what's going on.
Yep.
Which it will be turned on. Dota TV for all those people who are sitting at home. You do have the option to have the Dota 2 ticket If you still haven't purchased one, you can do so for the EMS series. It's
Allows
available.
you to watch the game in-game and also get item drops.
And of course, that'll also work too if you're watching through Twitch.
Exactly.
All you got to basically do is logged into Twitch and have your Steam account connected, and you've actually got chances for drops.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what we want to do, man? Because we've been very, very social with what we're saying. We need to actually go to the social corner, because that was the reason it was created. So over to Zoe as well as James.
Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, we decided that the excitement leading up to the first game has to be stretched out even longer, and that's why we're taking some more time, right?
Yeah, she's just filling air, but what really happened was Black's headset had a little bit of a problem. USB drivers are wonderful, so we're just getting that sorted out, getting him a new headset, and then jumping straight into the game. One thing I wanted to point to your guys' attention, though, is on our betting page at RaidCall-EMS1.com, it's 100% in favor of mousesports right now.
Really? No one going for the risk of betting for the underdog? Where would you place your bet?
Mousesports, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, that's lame now.
I mean, listen, if you're a betting man and not a crazy man, you know, it's a pretty obvious pick, and you know, that's sort of happening with the Fnatic against Rat in the Dark as well. One thing that kind of surprised me, though, was that there's 93% on EG. And when I was talking to those guys, I said, hey, listen, actually, you know, in the last few times we've played with Flipside, they've actually beaten us. So you guys really need to learn how to bet instead of just going with favorites.
But that's what people do, and you can't even blame them for them. And I mean, having a name such as EG up there, it's always one who could be potentially winning everything. So it's not the unsafest bet, really, is it?
Well, Milk is no longer playing, so it's
Whoa.
So it's, you know, before I would have said, yeah, it's a 100% win when he was involved, but now that he's taken a backseat role, I'm not as convinced by their...
Are you just saying that because he's here and you want to, you know?
Yeah, basically.
I understand. It's okay. So yeah, but you definitely should make sure to check out the bets and place your bets, and also tweet at Kenneget the whole time. Really, he wants to read everything. You're right.
Yeah, let me know your thoughts, or you can tweet at us at RaidCall EMS1. We'll be taking your comments, any questions you have for the players, and we'll try and filter those out throughout the day to the players. And we'll be handing out some prizes, including some great stuff from CM Storm. And tomorrow, I believe we're going to be giving away a brand new seat from Need for Seat USA. And I actually have one in my office.
I have one too, and they're pretty darn awesome. Those are also, by the way, the seats the casters are actually sitting on. So if you want to check them out, when we throw it back over to them, in hopefully anytime soon, then yeah, you can see that. That's what you possibly can win tomorrow. And once more, of course, you can also join us in the RaidCall chat. We have a room there, so you can meet us in room 1997. Which, by the way, is the year in which ESL was founded.
That's correct.
That's correct. Wonderful.
There's not too many people in there right now, so I've actually been collecting a bunch of questions. So if you have questions for who you think is going to win, now would be a great time to get them in. And then maybe later in the day, we'll be giving out some prizes from CM Storm.
Yeah, and once more to explain, in case you missed it at the beginning, the questions you're going to ask in the RaidCall chat, we're actually going to take them and ask them to the players. So you will have them answered. Isn't that great?
That's great.
Yeah, isn't it?
Does anybody else do that? Probably a bunch of people do that.
Probably
actually.
some,
Actually,
but we
a lot
do
of
it as
tournaments
well. And that's
Yeah.
the great thing we really want to point out here. And so let's talk a bit, since we were talking about betting and favorites and betting for the favorites. Who would you bet your jelly beans on in terms of like the whole tournament?
I think the safe bet would be Fnatic. I know they've been boot camping for like a month and a half, preparing for international. I mean, they've been performing really, really well lately, right? So this is just a team that's had it together for a while, and you know they're a team that's taken such a a big break from you know, just doing the regular stuff in their life to sit down and play a ton.
Yeah.
So coming into this tournament and going into TI3, I think they're probably a favorite to do pretty well.
Definitely. Mousesports as well, though. I mean, they've been performing extraordinary good throughout the past 2 months or something. Like their results really were speaking for them. And I do see them very, very high up as well.
Yeah, and even if they don't perform well, we can expect a lot of photoshops of Synderen. So.
Yes, yes, definitely. And that's worth half of it, isn't it? That's great. So, yeah, that's what we can expect today.
Speaking of photoshops of Synderen.
Oh, God, no, really?
Listen.
Are you going there?
Listen. Listen, I came prepared.
Okay.
You know, we were thinking, you know, how do we give out these prizes? What's a fun way to do it? What do people like to do? They like to MS Paint. They like to Photoshop.
They love it.
They're legit legal versions of Photoshop. So we're going to have an art contest. Send me your best piece of fan art, including some of the players, one of the players, whatever you like, to me at Cannigat or at RaidCall EMS1. And throughout the weekend, we'll pick a few, and the best one we'll give a nice mouse from CM Store.
What would you do if you were participating in
I
your
would
own...
Photoshop you.
Really?
Yeah.
With what?
On Pudge.
I hoped you would say it. I'm in for that.
You don't think it fits?
No, I think it fits perfectly.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people have been complaining,
see it.
about me not showing enough skin. I think me on Pudge would be perfect for
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so definitely, he wants to see that. I want to see it too, so make it happen. And what we're also going to make happen is the game. Coming up, our first quarterfinal right here, mousesports going up against Imaginary Gaming. And now, for all the action, we're going to handle it over to Toby Wan and Wagamama.
Thank you very much, Zoe. So we're back here, and we are going to go directly into our draft, and we can move ourselves away from the mentally disturbing image of Zoe as an undead corpse. Also a very overweight undead corpse carrying a hook and a meat cleaver. So we'll go into the fun world, which is our draft. It's the world of Dota 2, Wanga. So we've got mousesports on the Dire side, Imaginary Gaming over on the Radiant side, and we're already kicking into our draft.
Yeah, they're already doing pretty fast picks here. Both teams came pretty prepared. Of course, you guys can see the teams on the screen. And the first pick went to mousesports, and they did go with a Batrider after removing Chen. So this is a pretty unusual remove, I would say, in the first ban.
Yeah, it's a bit of an unusual thing for him, and like it's not one of these things where yeah, okay, well, Syndra said like, have they done the homework in Imaginary Gaming? There'll be a couple of games here or there, exactly. So it becomes more of this like we ban him out because we want to have a certain hero come through. They got first pick, they get the Batrider in straight away, and then instantly Imaginary Gaming hit back, and this almost feels like a gob-like approach to Dota.
This is very much.
When you're not sure about what you want to pick what is insanely powerful. So they go with the OD and they go with the Tinker. Tinker, a great staller, great turtle, a great split pusher, and OD, a fantastic mid-solo.
And something that, yeah, exactly, a fantastic mid-solo, and something that we should mention here is that both these heroes have insanely strong laning phase early game. Tinker can be played as a farmer in this case, put him on safe lane, farm up to travels, and they can also do a lot of other things with it. I like the Nyx pickup as a counter here. It's, the mana burn is going to be great against these heroes, no doubt. And you can also move into the March and just activate your Carapace as Nyx Assassin. You can catch out the Tinker. But Imaginary Gaming already showing these two heroes. Of course, OD is pretty standard, I would say now, because of his strong laning. But going OD Tinker as your first two, this is definitely them going for something. And we see the push ban-outs from Mouse. They're banning out they already started banning out the Chen before they even saw this, but then now have to ban out the Tree and Protector, who did go through the first 4 picks.
He did, but people also started moving away from the Tree and Protector.
After his little touch.
Yeah, it was only a little bit of change, like only 4 instances on that Living Armor at the very, very start. It doesn't seem like much, but it really changes around the way the lanes work, and it forces you to run a Tree and Protector straight away pulling, always getting farm. He must get up to that level 3 or 5 as early as possible.
He wants to hit levels for sure, because the old way you had it with the many instances on your block, it was really effective already on low levels, but now he needs to pull and get a lot out of it. So Naga Siren gonna be the ban out here. They don't want to be caught in that Song of the Siren and then mass spam on the marches, because that is a deadly combo.
You don't be worried too much about that team fight, and if they were gonna they ban out the Naga, if they didn't ban that, even if it's a support Naga, that will also work. Some teams have been playing around with that one, and then you follow up with the Darkseer, who still hasn't been touched just yet here in the game, but. You ban out the Chem, they take the Enchantress, so maybe we are going to look at least some early game pushing some out of towers.
This is early game all over by IMG so far. Of course, they have, as you said, the Turtle. They have decent late game with Tinker just being able to get it there, and he does scale so well with items, but I can only think that they want to take all the 6 towers as soon as possible here when I see these 3 heroes.
It's a dangerous thing to try and do, though, with the Tinker. Like, Tinker can give you cover fire early on, but his mana pool is not amazing until he gets those BTs up. And you're still looking at, like, if you have a completely sacrificed lane on that bottom, you're still looking like 8 to 10 minutes before you're going to feel comfortable, like, and have enough.
Look at the lineup of Mouse as well. They know that the enemy team wants to push. What do they have? They have the best catchers in the world. They have Batrider, they have Nyx, they have Beastmaster. If you ever TP somewhere with Tinker and you don't have protection, like if you don't have your team behind you, you're dead. You're really dead. You need Blink Dagger, and even then the Hawk can find you and you get shut down. So Mouse all their heroes counter Nyx really hardcore, and we see a Timbersaw. That is a big, sneaky pickup, I would say.
That's way to mix things up a little bit there, man.
It is a super strong hero in some regards. He's just very, very, how to say it? He's unorthodox.
Yeah. I was going to go with situational. He's very situational.
I don't even think this hero qualifies as situational, but I think he has his moments where he can be really useful. We'll see if this game can be one of those. He has so much pure damage that he can dish out to the enemy team in very fast succession, so that is what he can provide. And the only thing I lack right now in the IMG lineup is they don't have any single stun right now.
I hate you, Black.
And there's Black's hero, so he's gonna be the anti-mage. Anti-mage is super good against Timbersaw in so many ways. If Timbersaw goes offlane, which is where Timbersaw wants to be, really, it's you have no other choice. And Timbersaw along with Ench, pretty strong. But against an anti-mage who has his feedback, he breaks your mana and you are pretty damn sad as a Timbersaw. It can really be so annoying. So I think this offlane for Timbersaw, if he has the support with Ench, he can maybe pull it off to a decent level in the early game, but it's going to be hard if he's just left solo there.
Yeah.
I think he's going to find himself very much struggling to get any experience.
Yeah, even if it is a dual lane up there, or even if it's in a full aggressive tri lane, like Tinker on bot, OD mid, and a full aggressive tri lane up on top, like mousesports, the Keeper of the Light gets banned out against them, so at least they can't bring in this big controller for the top lane, because mousesports don't have that yet. They have a Nyx Assassin. It's a decent stun, but they need a really strong supporter that can make sure that the anti-mage has a lot more space. Like Beastmaster can take his solo mid, Batrider can take his long lane, or vice versa in that for that one. And they just need another support up there. It kind of looks like Fader is rather happy. Like he's
happy.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we'll go with this one. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Venomancer. Maybe that's what they were happy with. Would have been a very good laning hero for it.
So the stuns from IMG is basically OD's put down, which is not a stun really. And if Enchantress finds a creep, that's what they're down to.
Is control, lockdown, and taking out towers very early on. That's all you're looking for from this lineup.
It is indeed. So taking all the 6 towers, as we pretty much expected from the first 3 picks, or already by the first 2 picks, it is about controlling the map. But I'm really scared for IMG in this game, because Batrider, Nyx, and Beastmaster, that's scary for any player to play against. You can be caught out so many times, and we know that as soon as the laning phase is over, Mouse are gonna try and play a 4 versus 5 game where they just try and find and kill all the time while Black is farming up on his anti-mage.
Yep.
That is definitely a playstyle they're going for.
But the question is still going to be, like, what's the last support hero that's going to synergize with their lineup? Because, like, I thought Vader was actually quite happy about it, but now there's another conversation going on between Black, Synderen, as well as Vader for this last selection.
I like it. They should use all their time here, because they have the last pick. There's nothing more to really think about what, you know, you don't want to pressure the enemy. They pick a Visage.
Well, I think they've got this down right now. They realize, as you said, like Imaginary Gaming have no stuns, which means they'll be doing a lot of damage over time, which is exactly what Visage loves.
Makes it so easy to play anti-mage in this game as well, when there's no stun on the enemy team, apart from an OD put down. An OD put down only lets anti-mage blink away afterwards. It's really not a safe stun. So it's gonna be very interesting and very, very gank heavy, this game. It's
Makes for fun Dota, man.
I really like the Visage pickup, though. It's going to be absolutely crucial that they hold these towers. If they give away 6 towers to IMG, they could be looking at a really hard game here. But if they can hold it, and that's when you want Visage for a good fighter. Not only the D-push, they have some nice D-push with the Axes, with the Batrider's Flame Break, but they need to be able to fight it as well, not only send out a few spells.
Well, let's get ourselves into it, as we have launched ourselves now into the game. And we'll look over towards our 2 teams. mousesports versus Imaginary Gaming is our first game of the RaidCall EMS 1. And we start off with the quarterfinal action. And it is going to be mousesports starting off over on the Dire side. Black leading the way out as the anti-mage. Synderen will be behind him as that Nyx Assassin. That leads Quarterfinal. Coming up as that Batrider. Just behind him right now, so it looks like maybe a bit of an abandonment to that bottom lane and just getting that bottle build into the jungle. That puts Fader as the Beastmaster in the solo mid, and then Pass to take up the rear as the Visage will cap up our mousesports lineup.
Yeah, exactly. And on IMG, we see Sky going on the Timbersaw off lane, and we have mid Bans playing the OD. We see Enchantress being played by Vlad Tepes, and he's gonna go for the safe lane or safe jungle to start off, but he might be heading up to the top lane to disrupt the anti-mage. We will see. Sev Dota is gonna be playing the Tinker, and on support Venomance we have Spider Dota.
Looks like we just got ourselves a quick pause right now again, as looks like mousesports having some more issues.
Yeah, same for me actually. This keeps sinking.
Yeah, you keep having your key send you downwards.
Yeah, I can't.
It's
fixed now.
That's never a great thing, man.
No. Basically, Dota wanted to watch the bottom lane very badly.
Well, remember back in the days, when Dota 2 was in beta, which we could now actually say.
So long ago, Toby.
Yes.
Those were the days.
It seems like only yesterday, or last week in this case. We had the ability. Yes, you couldn't move your camera at all. The only way that you could reposition your camera as a spectator was to actually use the mini map.
That's amazing.
The only way to do it. So there you go, a little bit of alpha bug history of what went horribly, horribly wrong.
So, meanwhile in the game, we have top room being checked by the entire of Mouse. So IMG, they know that it's safe lane, but they pretty much knew that from the start as well when they see the anti-mage. And I can say that they knew this because Venomancer, he's running without sentries. He only bought some normal wards, put down an aggressive lane ward so that he can see Batrider and a rune ward. Enchantress as well. Starting off with a Ring of Basilius, just wants to jungle up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile on this mid, man, we see a little setup here just to harass or control the first wave maybe, but he's actually seems to be heading back top.
Fader controlled it perfectly anyway. Like, he got the good block off, and this now is going to be bans. I'm surprised he didn't actually bring an Observer Ward into this middle lane so he can at least see up like on the high ground of the mid. Obviously, he's still going to take away a lot of Fader's mana, so these axes are going to fly like maybe once, and then it's going to be all over for him.
Yeah, top. We see him going behind Timbersaw here a little bit, but very hard to kill this hero from the start. Synderen just focusing on doing his pull. He's not going to stack, just doing a normal pull. Same for the Radiant side.
Well, they might make the most of the opportunity. Like, you know Enchantress is going to be pushing your tower at some point, so maybe already start off. Like, if you get a little bit of momentum behind the creep wave, that's okay. Then you can attack on the heroes, and then you can follow up and do some damage towards that first tier 1 tower. So you've got options. You've got other options for yourself.
Also, it's a wolf spawn, so killing off these alpha wolves, it actually kills off an entire normal creep wave unless you auto-attack it a lot. And Synderen is more looking to deny his creeps than farm up. Batrider, meanwhile, just farming a jungle. He's killing the small camp for a second time here. And he did stack the big camp, so he's going to hit that level 2, and then he can kill off big camps.
I'm more interested to see what happens when he hits level 6, and also more interested to see what mousesports can do about this bottom lane. We've got Enchantress with a Hellbear as well as a Wild Wing. Then you've got the Venomancer with like
they have +5 armor already because they have Basilius and the Wild Wing. So this is a very strong push. It's not super many creeps, but +5 armor makes a huge difference when going on tower.
You actually wonder if mousesports is capable of defending this. Like, Synderen comes in, instantly galed. At least he got a good stun off, so he's keeping that Hellbear back. But with the rockets, as well as now Martial Machines, he will die right now. First blood can be spilled by Imaginary Gaming. Sev did take a lot of damage for this one. But that is going to be first blood.
To the Venomancer, who buys up boot instantly, so he's very happy supporter right now. Did not have to buy sentries, and now with a first blood. And tower seems to be holding. Synderen running down again here. But it's gonna go down slowly. Enchantress can pull this wave.
He's not a hero that can defend this. Like, he can't take the aggro from the creep wave. It's not like Rubik will throw out a Feybolt and then the creep aggro will follow you. Like, he has to come down like this, and then, well, Enchant already been done, so...
There's no Gale, so there's nothing really to be afraid of for Synderen. And he's gonna be aggressive a little bit on the Enchantress, but this tower is gonna go down for sure.
Yeah.
There's no way a melee hero like Nyx can go down and deny that. Last hit to Tinker.
Should be a tier 2 tower as well if they can build up that Enchantress army again, but it means they come back in like 1 or 2 minutes.
They need to go out and recap that army again. And meanwhile, top lane, we see Push again coming in from Mouse this time. So they have a double creep wave. They might want to do the same thing up here on top, but Timbersaw is going to be very happy about that.
One thing which we still haven't been looking at all really is just Batrider. Like, we're 3 minutes in, he's sitting at 800 gold.
Yep.
He's slowly working his way towards that very, very fast Blink Dagger, and then he can start initiating across the map. Black's already been free farming up here on the top lane, up against, what is it, like a 0 for 0. Sky's got Like not a single last hit up here.
He's been kept away, yeah, and they have very aggressive ward there, showing him on the lane very early. But now, coming close to a tower, he does manage to grab one last hit, but with that mana burn hitting him, even a level 1 mana burn, it's really hard for a Timbersaw to stay close.
Yeah. Black does have the option if he wanted to. Actually, no, he doesn't.
Bottom lane, we're gonna see if Syndrome feels this coming. They don't have mana on the Venomancer, so it's quite hard for him to kill him, but they have an ensnare.
Maybe it will be enough.
Oh.
No, Syndrome moves back fast enough.
That's big. He doesn't want to die there. If he died, the tower would be in danger. But now he's there to defend it still.
It's also a very smart time to move back after you throw your stun. He had no mana for Spike Carapace. He was short of it all.
Yeah, and interesting to see this offlane Timbersaw. He can go for so many different skill builds on this hero. He goes for 2 in the reactive armor, so he has that massive armor when he starts getting harassed. And gonna just try and stay alive. Leveling up the Timber Chain can be really good as well, though, giving it longer range, faster speed, and more damage for a little bit more mana cost, of course. How is mid lane doing, actually?
Not that well for a Beastmaster. Fantastic for an OD. 24 for 15 up against a 10 for 3.
Yeah,
but that's to be very much expected when you got a hero who has to rely on having a mana pool to throw access to actually get farm.
It is expected, but 10 for 3, I would say that OD is really happy with his result here. Like, he's keeping Fade up pretty low. He has a haste rune though, and if he hits level 6 before he pops that haste rune, he can crush the bottom lane. And bottom is a lot of trades here against the tower.
Yeah, but Koiva's now come towards the bottom lane, so with this defense at this bottom, there's not going to be any kind of push. Like, he can Firefly up on top of the tower, that's going to take care of most of the creep wave, dragging it back, and then this push basically grinds to a halt. And then you got a Tinker who's like, well, I still want to get my BTs up and running, which means I want to have this tower down, I want to have this bonus gold for it. Venomancer, who's dedicated himself into putting...
He Fireflied early. The fire is gone now, so this was very early Firefly, and that's going to cost him now, because this tower is dead. If he did that much later, then he would have held this tower. And now another last hit to the supporter, and look at that gold on Enchantress. She could even be running a Midas if she wanted to here, or just go for really hardcore early pressure items. But sometimes we see Enchantress go for a Midas just to get early level 6 and early level 11 even, just hit that ulti so much stronger, and attack speed, of course, being pretty nice for it. She goes for mana boots, so I'm looking that she and Venomancer should rotate. It was only 5.5 minutes to take 2 towers on bottom.
Yep.
And soon the rotation will come, and Black is not done farming.
No. Black is in fact already preparing himself for battle with the strength treads plus the poor man's shield.
He knows it's coming.
Yeah, he's not expecting to have time to get that full Battle Fury up and running. If they give him that time, then that's not a problem as well. Like, he just goes into the jungle with the treads already and doesn't just start off with that, like the raw Battle Fury where you got to be careful with your life points.
We should expect Syndren. He has a TP. He should probably be moving up top soon, but he wants to hit that level 6 as well. If he can get level 6 before the rotation comes up top, because the rotation is almost up top most of the times. They could be going for mid tower, and Enchantress is near mid, so it might be the choice. But wherever they go, Syndren is going to be ready to come there, and he is very close to hitting that level up.
Well, once he reaches it, man, then he can start making plays. Until that point, though, like, you're still waiting. Like Fader, he might have his level 6, but even then he realizes there's no point in skilling it. He's got level 6, but never even skilled up raw. There's just no point to it.
He doesn't have a chance to use it now anyway, so he's just waiting. It's kind of interesting, though, to see him go for this, because it's really, he knows that he can't go gang with his 100 mana pool, his 100 max mana. He preferred just staying on the lane, get that bird up so he can actually watch the runes a little bit, now that the wards are down. And we see the movement is close to mid. If he gets a put down, they're actually going to go for a straight push here. So they've shown their intentions to push the mid lane.
Yeah. And it's perfectly fine by Imaginary Gaming. In fact, I'm surprised not being a little bit more forceful about this. Like, it's taking some time to get in here. Like, we're now hitting 7 minutes and 30 seconds into the game when they got such a heavy push early on. And they've only got a small window of opportunity before Blink Dagger's up, before Beastmaster will at least have some kind of, like, good mana regen to stop that raw, before Black gets his Battle Fury up and running, before Visage has level 6. They get all these different things that just start piling up on top of each other.
On top, a bad thing happened for the Mouse. They pushed the tower and actually Sky managed to pull it back behind the tier 1, so all these creeps not doing any damage to tier 1, and it's still pretty high HP even with Black going up and DPSing it now. But right now the levels are pretty different for the teams. On the Dire side we see Syndra now level 6 on that supporter, meanwhile on Imaginary Gaming both the supporters still level 4. And Visage is also closing up on level 6. That could be scary, man.
And once he reaches it, bring in the stuns, bring in the nukes, and bring in the imaginary gaming really being stalled up. They just can't take this tower straight away. They've got to, even if it means they're going to bring in a 4th hero to this middle lane,
Yeah,
they've got to get that tower down. Tinker's got to be there, but he's like 170 gold away.
And even with Koikwa moving so much to stop the push, he actually is very close to his Blink Dagger now, jungling it up really hardcore and trying to stack both the camps now. I believe he will get it. Yeah, stacked both the easy and the hard camp, and we'll farm that up.
Some good money coming his way, and that will be the blink.
Oh, he's looking for mid because he knows they are going. If they can get a Beastmaster ulti here, that could be a first fight of the game.
That means they're Fader. Well, there's the Flame Break pushing him back. Then your Roar to go on bans, and then they're going to hold him in too. Lasso him, pull him back in range of that tier 1 tower. Then the follow-up's done from Cinderin. The Astral Imprisonment trying to save the life here of the OD for just a little bit longer. There's still going to be a double kill for Pass. Very simple movement. Easy gank up, and they're going to take a 3rd one here too. Sky's on the run out of here. Of course, very difficult to completely lock down a Timbersaw, but it seems to be done nonetheless. So triple kill for Pass.
Triple kill. That is so huge. And they did lose the chance to initiate at first, but then the Batrider with his Flame Break, he just shot it, and then comes the Rex ulti. So beautiful combination there. And we just saw how weak the Enchantress was. She wasn't even being targeted, and she just melted very fast.
Yeah.
Even though OD was the real target, they managed to kill the Enchantress in no time at all. So that is the weakness of this hero. It is super soft.
Especially if you had anything like Semmeling nuke damage. Like,
yep.
The strength of the hero is the heal over time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now we are just going back to a farm game for Mouse a little bit more, and they would even be happy to just sack this tower by now, I think, because they held it for so long. And it's a tier 1. You don't want to lose a fight for the tier 1. They are looking to maybe fight there, but they should be really careful.
Yeah, losing anything else right now, especially with the beating Tinker. Vendetta, stun, 3 from Cinderin, and then Fader. He's got the Roar over on the side. Doesn't the Venomance actually hold him out of position. And Cinderin, too much damage actually being taken. OD over on the side of your screen right now. Sky wants to Timbersaw himself away. So there's a 1-for-1 trade at the end of that day.
A 1-for-1, and it was Enchantress along with Nyx going down. So no huge kills really, but this means that they can probably not push on here. There should be... Oh, he's very close to his Blink Dagger. He doesn't have it just yet, but 10 more gold for the Batrider, and he has it.
And to be so close all the time.
Yeah, but he will hit it pretty shortly. So
he's got it now. So pick it up.
I like what the Imaginary Gaming are doing though. They're very, very persistent about their push, and they know they have to be. If they don't remove all the towers in this game, it's going to be too hard. I'm not sure if I like going for the mid before top. I feel that top is a little bit easier to push out, perhaps.
It's almost like they want to try and secure Roshan before they secure Black's farm.
It could be. It could be.
Or control of Black's farm.
And they did see that Black went for power treads first and not a pure rush for the Battle Fury. And he is actually pushing the top tower. It's going to go down if not undefended. This is...
No, trouble in mid. Lasso already managed to pull Sev back, and then with a easy, quick soul assumption that gets the kill. Spike Carapace will allow Cinderin to escape out here, also popping into Vendetta, while Sky jumps off over the trees, and Fader doesn't really have a lot of life points to play around with, so he just throws the Roar anyway. Comes at the cost of the Visage, and Cinderin, gotta be careful.
Wow, he goes in and does the stun, and just backs out.
Lives life on the edge. 16 life points, and he gets still gonna kill.
Taking so much damage from just 2 birds coming in there and harassing him. And I was actually surprised to see that Black did not TP him for this, but he wants his farm. We know how Black plays after all.
Yeah.
And they did hold the tier 2. Slowly but surely their towers are going down, but also all this time for a free farm on Anti-Mage, it can be worth it for Mouse, of course. And they're getting the kills.
Yeah, Black is one of those players that that really enjoy like he loves it when he can rely on his teammates to hold a tower.
Yes.
So he doesn't have to worry about them. So
we did
to sit there, farm, and then that's all he has to worry about until his captain turns to him and says, "Black, come kill."
Yeah, we did say it earlier. Mouse are looking with a lineup like this. When you have a Visage, a Batrider, all these strong fighters, even Nyx, these are super strong fighter heroes. You can fight 4-on-5. They are that strong, so they can really play that 4-on-5 Dota for as long as possible. We now have Perseverance finished up, so very close to that Battle Fury timing on Anti-Mage, where you just start farming the entire jungle at an amazing speed. And we almost have Mech finished up on the Beastmaster as well. That could be so big if they get that one in decent timing, but he won't have it for this push that's coming in mid.
Well, let's watch it unfold, man. Let's watch it unfold. Imaginary Gaming, Tier 2 towers the focus. Synderen already throwing out the stun, not really hitting correctly there. But with those rockets flying down from Seb, very easy spike Carapace to go off from Sin to return the damage. The Tier 2 tower remains for now, even if they do have 3 Plague Wards hitting on it.
I want to just call something fast, and that's that Venomancer is building towards a Necro book. So that's how much they want to push, these guys. There we go.
It's really an all-in. Koifa, Blink Dagger going to go to work. Already trying to get one pull out, but the OD able to get the Astral Imprisonment off, slowing it down, which means Enchantress comes back out again. But Synderen managed to get himself a pretty good stun off here. But Vlad Tepes is going to run himself away from Synderen. Not enough, far enough.
Triple kill for Pass already.
Just over on the side is that Visage. And they're searching for another one.
Yeah.
How to get that TP out OD. So he's back to base safely, but it's the only one to survive for Imaginary Gaming.
And they did deny the tower with Synderen going in and denying it. So good initiation there by Batrider going in. He had to die for his team because he was the one to get focused as he blinks in. But, I mean, the trade was beautiful for him. So many kills going their way. And Paz, he landed a double stun on the Tinker, on the Enchantress with his spurts, and he just stopped that counter initiation coming there. So really beautiful by him, and also nuking so much.
Well, let's roll it out through the top now, Imaginary Gaming. If at first you don't succeed, push more towers, Tier 1 and Tier 2 available up on that top lane.
They are persistent, and they have to be. And
well they kind of know too, like they're going to lose their lives with this kind of lineup, but if they take enough map control, they're supposed to be able to lock down Black's farm.
Yeah, the danger is still going to be, even with removing all these towers, the gang possibility that is there for a high-level Nyx and a high-level Batrider with Blink, they could be looking at very hard mid-game, even when you have the tower advantage. But there's no other way for him to play this out than trying to get everything. And there's going to be a fight again. Mech is finished on the Beastmaster this time.
Koifa, he's looking for an opening. Gonna get hit by a rocket, so that puts his Blink Dagger on the cooldown. The Dark Troll wants to keep attacking him after he let off that ensnare, but...
And the bird from... oh, it actually goes down to the march. But the bird from Mouse gave some nice vision there, but going down.
Yeah, they knew what was going on.
And they TP down with Tinker to bottom lane. He has Blink Dagger. He's gonna stop this push, but top, they are exposed now.
Yep, now comes the jump. Already getting that last Sue off on the OD. You can't imprison yourself. We're in that one. Also roaring him up, so there was no other possibility of escape from that one. Sky launches himself across past the towers, but he's still going to go down nonetheless, and then Animage cleans up the rest of the mess.
As soon as Tinker shows on bottom lane, it's a snap reaction. They just go. There's nothing to think about. If Tinker TP's down, there's no way he can TP up right then. So
Well, you instantly know it's 5v4.
Exactly, because Black does TP in to join that fight. He will say yes. If it's a 5v4 for us and you've already been winning in 4v5, then this fight should be easy, and that's what happened.
Oh man, even with a Blink Dagger, BT's up at a Tinker. Like, we know how much a Tinker can completely stall up an entire game, but...
He can.
If you got a player like Black, who has already got his Battle Fury treads 16 minutes in and having another 1,700 gold up his sleeve, this is a hero that can easily go high ground, especially when you got that initiation come from Koifa, where he just jumps inside the base, drags him back out again.
I'm almost looking more to pass this game, man. He's 9-1-4. He's been playing good on this Visage. Good use of his birds, and he has point booster already. Has that Medallion of Courage as well, so they deal insane damage when he minus almost the targets and starts right-clicking them.
It's a shame we can't see the reverse milk.
The reversed milk award.
Yeah.
Is it when you have 20 kills and lose? 20-0 and lose?
I don't know about losing. I was going to say 20 for 0.
Oh, and we
you should probably still win. And okay.
Vlad Tepes being caught out there a little bit, and he was actually walking. There was no ward, but I believe the bird was there temporarily. Scouted him out.
Well, ward now there.
And another clash is going to come up here on top. Tinker's with them this time. They do need him.
Imaginary Gaming, they're not giving up on this, man. They're not giving up on this. They fight to the bitter end. Synderen already get that spine Carapace off, stunning up the Tinker. And support coming in from Pass, familiar to the front lines first. They'll have to drop at some point. Cinderin is going to get nuked down by the OD ulti, so just buy back TP to that tier 1 tower so they can be here for the fight and make sure that OD does go down here because Venoman's giving them some help. Make charge will pop up, but only just. Now Koifa comes down, wants to finish the job out of Firefly. And then Animage also here, want to get one last hit in, but Pass keeps on kill securing everywhere across the map. IMG lose more with Timbersaw going down.
Yeah.
And Enchantress the only one to survive.
She was actually not even there as she died previously. But yeah, that's another team cleanup from Mouse, and the experience is getting completely out of hand. It's not getting out of hand, it's there already. So it's a really hard spot for IMG. Their only chance at winning this is pushing, and they're trying it now, and it doesn't work, and it doesn't work. What do you do in this scenario? It's really, really hard. They really just have to stick to it. It's
they've got to stick. They've got to keep going with their
and
push.
Top, he does find a kill here. Vlad Tep's killing off Cinderin alone. Very nice little move around, coming in from behind on him.
Something that really shouldn't be that possible, especially when you got Cinderin.
Cinder was greedy. He was staying with low HP on the lane, so he was very greedy there, and he should just be able to spike Carapace and TP away at any point. But I believe he was too low HP to even do that.
Well, this is now the time for Imaginary Gaming. Push out through that top lane, take out the tier 2 tower.
Yeah, and OD doesn't have much item progression right now. He only has his mech. It's the same as he had when he started doing all these pushes. I like they switched to power treads. Of course, bottom tower went down to the Handmage here. But power treads much better for fighting than Tranquils. You cannot fight in Tranquils. You lose that movement speed when you get hit, and you get basically nothing. 25 movement speed is nothing.
Yep.
So worse than brown boots.
All right.
Warstaff finished up on Batrider, and he's gonna go.
Yep. Looking through the tree line. So Firefly, I've given the flying vision, and he instantly again, OD is the primary target. Sky able to actually bring himself into the fight. Cinderin burning up pretty hard here. Magic one charge to keep him alive. That Gale manages to connect, but unfortunately now for the rest of Imaginary Gaming, they've dived in so far. The Pass can throw out these continuous nukes, and then Animage just rotates himself in. Secondary nuke gives Pass another double kill here, and it goes 25-8. And mousesports very much controlling every portion of this game.
They're pretty much killing Cinderin in every single fight, but that's all they're getting as well. Cinderin is pretty much standing very far out saying, please hit me, don't kill my carry. And that's what happens. If you focus the Nyx, who has Spike Carapace, everyone gets stunned up. It really shuts you down in terms of how the team fight is going. And a big thing I want to talk about in this game is that I think the Necronomicon is a weird choice by Venomancer. It sort of relies on the early game going very, very well for them, because last fight the Necro did nothing, absolutely nothing, and that's a lot of gold invested in one item that doesn't do anything for you. It's 2.7k gold, could be a mech or something, but that would have freed up the OD to go something different.
Oh, Black already having fun right now with the Tinker able to pick him off.
Yeah,
while OD was right behind him, and Black very easily able to get out.
With his Manta style, makes it very easy to just dive and commit.
It's also not too bad when you got the perfect vision coming out from their Beastmaster, that Hawk just sitting back next behind the tier 2 tower until it just passed out just then. But he knew what support was going to come in. He knew his escape way out too. Nice sentry ward time. Cinder got attacked though by that Plague Ward, and then we'll just TP out, but OD will stop that.
With the few stuns, they managed to cancel it.
And Cinderin now turns, burns one, stuns the other, but again, I don't want to say that's greedy. That's just a very, very good timing for Imaginary Gaming for D-Ward.
That's greedy. Going with Beastmaster and Nyx against where you know the entire enemy team is, except for a Tinker who just died. That's greedy beyond any doubt.
So Cinderin, stop chasing the monies.
Yeah, stop chasing the monies, Cind.
Actually,
you have
Cinderin,
enough.
don't stop chasing the monies. Keep chasing the monies. It makes it fun to watch.
Yeah, it works for him.
It's still been like as far as this game goes, it could have really just turned into mousesports, trying to evade fights, saying, okay, we'll lose all the outer towers. Who gives a crap? We'll farm up a win.
They could definitely
but
do that.
They've said, you know what? No, we'll actually contest the towers. We'll come out and we'll fight like men.
Exactly, because they have these 4 heroes that are super strong at fighting. And then they have Antimage, who is now very farmed, and of course, by that, he is a strong fighter as well. So they should be looking for these fights.
Support, gonna rotate up. Quick for again. He's hoping for an opening.
Almost the entire Aghanims finished up on Visage, so he's very close. At 23 minutes in for a supporter, he's very rich.
And he really does have a lot of money, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Even his net worth, like his net worth is higher than that of the Batrider and the Beastmaster.
Yeah, his GPM is higher than OD's. That's quite the support. Of course, not buying too many support items, he leaves that to Synderen. Who,
oh, come on, you're a 12 for 1 support. Synderen basically gets to be the Ward's... Ward boy?
Yes, that's the word everyone
Ward
uses.
boy. Yeah.
Ward boy.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ward boy.
That's what everyone says.
That'll be slightly appropriate.
So...
Are we going back in again? Mousesports actually pinged this a while ago. Like, they pinged this about 3-4 minutes ago when they're thinking about going for Roshan.
Yeah, they just want to secure the lane presence. Like, they pushed out top very far with Anti-Mage, and now they've gone for it. Because you can't really go for Roshan unless you prepare for it a little bit in map control.
Well, they've managed to get it. Because getting map control over someone like a Tinker, doesn't matter if he's like injured or not. If he gets BTs and a Blink Dagger, you can guarantee you'll be causing you troubles. But it goes down. Anti-Mage will take the Aegis Immortal, so Black becomes even more invincible.
Yeah, he is very tanky now, having that Manta style already, and then adding Aegis, and he has 5k gold. Like, he's doing the traditional, you know, pretty much Yamate move of saving up more and more golds.
It's just so he can buy like a surprise item. So you look at like
a surprise butterfly or something like that. Yeah. I would say go BKB and just, you know, hammer down the enemy in this game, because...
Either he says screw it and just goes hard.
He could for sure go for a heart, but just the fact that there's pretty much no damage at all that goes through BKB in this game. There's the March doing its damage, a little bit of it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. March. Weird broken ability.
Yeah.
Very, very weird ability.
It is really a weird ability.
It's one of those ones where you can't properly classify it.
Yeah, it's, of course, some abilities will be like that, because March, while it is damage magical, it also targets magic immune. So how can that make sense? Anyone would say, but
what did I used to call it? I used to call it something different. Because like you have composite, you got pure, you've got magical, and you got physical.
Yes.
And I think we created something else. Global. It was global damage. I think. Yeah, that was the phrase. It was global damage.
Oh, top that
Fader.
clutch TP out. And of course, the game has slowed down a little bit as IMG. They realize they can't really throw away one more team fight. If they do it, they're gonna lose the game at that point. So they're just playing more safe now, trying to get something going here. OD is going for a hex, and so is Tinker. So if they get these hexes up, I guess they reckon that they can still kill the Anti-Mage and deal with that. But right now, Aghanims have finished up on Visage, flying around with his little fleet here. This mid tower looks to be in trouble, man.
Yep.
BKB is finished up on Black, so he is ready for the fighting.
Mousesports will enjoy a very, very simple push. Look at the tier 3 towers on all lanes, but of course the tier 2 tower on the top lane, probably on the list of things to do.
I really have to say that the Anti-Mage, I don't like the Timbersaw against him. It's so hard to play, even in team fights, when you get mana burn. This hero, Timbersaw, he needs all that mana
also,
to really be able to jump around.
That's the reason why you get the Arcane Bridge very early on, so you've actually got the mana pool to play with.
Of course, and on the lane, as you saw, it was a very long time before we got any form of CS on that lane, while Batrider basically just heads into jungle and says, hey, there's farm here.
Yep.
So that is the power of an offlane like Bat, who has BKB as well now. So we're looking at two 10-second BKBs for the next fight.
So just jump in, take him out, and just don't give a crap.
And you know what? Why not an Eagle song as well on Black? Even though he just purchased the BKB, he almost has a full butterfly finished up with 1,800 gold in his stash now.
He's got to find the monies. He's got to find the monies.
He finds the monies, man. Black knows where the money is.
He will be finished farming a hell of a lot earlier than other anti-mages, though.
Yeah.
Like you look at the time and you're like 27 minutes into the game right now, like anti-mage is looking very, very fat, very, very good.
And because of the heroes on IMG, he can farm so aggressively now. He can farm near the tier 3 of the enemy team because he knows, what are they gonna do to me? They don't have their hexes finished. They don't have any real disable. I can always just Manta and blink away. I don't even need to pop the BKB. The BKB is just there for safety. So that's for a team fight. And we see an initiation.
Yep. Jumping in. There goes Bans. Instantly destroyed down that middle. And then they'll look for more. Just jumping in deeper. March the Machines, it's not even down for this dive. Now Sports are inside the base, hunting the kills, pushing the Tinker all the way back in, even going to Roar and Mana Void him inside his own fountain. It's a triple kill for Black, in fact.
Yeah, this defense looks very, very sad. Synderen does his role and dies, so...
Thank you, Synderen. Thank you, Synderen.
He, of course, was focused again. I don't know how he does it, but somehow he looks very delicious to the Frenchies.
Black just wants the Agency Mortal to trigger. He's looking for a Rax. That's all he's looking for right now.
He didn't use his BKB in that, by the way. He just dives Fountain without it, because there's nothing to stop him. So he still has it ready.
BKB was at least used by Quarterfinal during that fight.
It was.
And he'll look to push in again. Like, it's 15 seconds until his last dude's off cooldown. He'd love a kill. Black would love a Rax, but the second he jumps in, instantly imprisoned. Knew that one was going to come. Flame Break, trying to push back that Timbersaw so he can get a good launch, because Timbersaw sucks so badly at fighting inside his own base where there's just no trees. And now Black, with the BKB, takes the Rax in the middle lane. And the rest of them will fall back. But Pass, he is slowed down a little bit by the enchant.
He still has all his birds with stun ready, so I don't believe anyone wants to chase that. He's whiffing all the stuns, but he doesn't care.
He's just looking to get the damage back in the burst, more than likely.
Synderen now realized that, hey, I'm delicious, why not buy a blade mail? It's amazing how they really kill him every fight. I wonder if they have come to that point where they start realizing, like, okay, you know, screw everything, let's kill that guy. That's basically what you do against Na'Vi if you're losing. You just say, okay, Dandy, you're the target.
Well, I'd say it's worth it going for Synderen. Like, he's the one guy that completely screws him up during team fights despite Carapace. But he's the one guy that's got a good chain stun too. Your only other big lockdowns are going to be your Lasso, your Beastmaster Roar, and your Visage stuns. If you take out his easy stuns, the non-ultimate stuns, you're looking pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They need to stop someone. They need to somehow stop the others as well. They can't just go for a Nyx, because at the end of the day, he's a supporter with, you know, 2 spells that he wants to throw in a team fight, and then he mana burns a few times afterwards. But he wants to possibly get his ulti off in a team fight, not necessarily spiked, and impale, and he's done. And they punish him afterwards. His impale spiked is done, but he is not the one who deals the continuous damage. That's really just Batrider and Anti-Mage. Even Visage. I believe that Visage probably dealt the most damage in this game, to be honest.
I wouldn't be surprised, man. During those fights, just sat at the back, just throwing out nuke after nuke after nuke.
Yeah.
And we got a little bit of support coming down. It's just the G1 Courier, just hanging around that bottom rune, the rune that hasn't spawned. Well, meanwhile, on the top lane, Imaginary Gaming, they had 4 players together. Don't know if they were expecting that push to come on top. Especially now the Faders inside the jungle. You got 2 players down here on the bottom lane, both Synderen as well as Koitva, as the Nyx as well as the Batrider, respectively.
They're looking to deliver a killing blow now. They're just waiting a little bit, just taking their time. And this is not where I would say that they are, you know, playing cheap or anything, or playing bad by not finishing. This is where they show that they are a patient team that will take the win rather than anything else. This is where you simply don't throw.
Or at least attempt not to throw.
It's pretty hard to throw this game, but they are not doing it at all. They're not giving any chance to IMG. The first game I said it was going to be important for this series, and they won it badly.
Okay,
so
okay. Yeah. If they throw this, EG,
it would be
I will
the
never
biggest
say,
throw.
like, mousesports can never say anything bad about EG ever again if they actually throw
I don't
that
think
game.
that if you throw this game, then you can't say anything about anyone, because they are ahead by 40,000 experience. I don't think any team has ever lost during these
I'd almost put down the challenge that
circumstances.
mousesports should give their slot to EG at TI3 if they end up just by pure mistakes through this game.
And bottom lane, we see Black still farming Ancients. He wants to finish that full heart. He has it now. And there's no way, the thing is that there's no way for IMG to pick the fight before he is there. Because still, we haven't gotten anywhere in terms of progression on the Hex on either OD or Tinker. Of course, they're a little bit closer in terms of gold, but...
Black.
He's just saying, hi, I'm immortal to you guys.
He's distraction. He's distraction.
They're going to end up split pushing this to death.
Yep.
That's really mean.
The other lane's already pushed in. They've got 2 sets of Necro units here, or so just 1 big set of Necro units. And that tier 3 tower's
can
almost
take them
gone.
back, though. She can take over the big one. She didn't do it, I believe, but
That's true. But she's going to die straight away. Her gem's down the ground while Black is continuously taking out that top melee Rax. Fortification is the only thing that's going to slow him down. Looks like they managed to find themselves another kill here. So a bit of a lasso and OD's on the sidelines. Triple kill for Pass, and he's going to actually get, well, no Goifa. Finally able to claim one of his own. Venomancer backed into a corner, and with an ultra kill up on Pass, the GG call comes out.
And Synderen dies.
And Synderen dies. So hang on, wait. Synderen's death, right here. There you go. X marks the spot. So, mousesports takes game number 1. At least Synderen's happy about his death,
He
obviously.
is happy.
Don't worry, Synderen. We weren't watching you die the entire game. That was fine. That was fine. But that is going to be end of game number 1 here of this best of 3 series. Yes, another death.
I'm not sure who's happier, though, if we look at Synderen or if we look at Fata, who didn't die a single time.
17-1-11 is what he finished on. It wasn't even just the fact, like, he died, like...
Oh, yeah, past that is, yeah.
Yeah, but past, sorry. You get the one death up on that Visage.
Yeah.
But out of the 36 kills,
Yeah.
he's involved in 28.
That's a good kill-death ratio, man.
And
participation.
That's a support doing the work that all great supports are supposed to do.
Yeah. And he really, like, this last pick Visage was great for them. It really worked out just fine by them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so awesome. So we're going to have ourselves a quick break, and we'll be back here in just a couple of moments, because we'll be back here with the second game. Will Imaginary Gaming be able to pull it back and give us a third game up against mousesports, or will it be over in 2? Stay tuned, you'll find out.
RaidCall, communication for winners.
Welcome back, everybody, here to game number 2 of our first quarterfinal of the day, where we've got mousesports going up against the boys who are Imaginary Gaming, French versus Germany. Let's jump ourselves directly into the draft because the game's already started.
It's already going, and we see this time first pick is for IMG, and jump back into the game.
Yeah. Game is a fantastic place to be, guys.
Game is a good
Game
thing.
is a fantastic place to be.
And first pick is actually going to be Shadow Demon in this game.
Yeah, we've mixed up the draft just a little bit differently this time around. So Cinderin going to take out the Wisp, going to take out the Bat Rider. So he gets to go standard. And then Sev goes, you know what? Puck, Lone Druid, both won't be available here. Don't want to see Fader on that one.
Yeah.
Don't want to see Black on that one, or Koiva.
Yeah, and of course, we see Mouse banning out Wisp and Bat Rider. We see it.
Yeah, we see it. Yeah, now
There
you
we
guys
go.
at home can see it. So,
So,
thank you.
Now we're going to anticipate what Mouse will go for as their counter picks. And this time, Bat Rider is not available. They did go for the Nyx last time. They could be going for it this time as well. But with IMG already picking up SD as the first support here, we could definitely be seeing really anything, and we'll see if Treant is rated high enough in this game to be in the first pool. They go like, you know what? Our last pick from the last game, it was pretty decent.
It seemed to work. There was a slight rate of success.
Paz had a pretty good time playing this hero, and he probably says, you know what, just give me that hero again. It will be fun.
And then it's like Fader for the solo mid Visage.
Yeah.
The older strat from mousesports, which is the Visage and Tinker.
It works.
That they ran.
Yeah, it definitely works. Having Visage on solo mid is not bad, but he is such a wonderful support that you don't want to dismiss that part of him. Some heroes are like that, you know, where you could be running them as a mid, and it's going to be a gyrocopter along with it. So already saying we want to have pretty strong fights. Single target from Visage is great, but then you have the AoE of gyrocopter. I must say though, the new gyrocopter, the balanced gyrocopter with his flat cannon having 30 seconds cooldown is much more balanced than the old one. He can't really come into a team fight and have 2 sets of those immediately, which was just crazy in the older days. And it's gonna be a clockwork.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about mousesports, great team fight. You're looking for the man who can control those team fights.
He can.
Until Gyro gets a BKB, at which point he controls nothing. Because Gyro doesn't care about the cogs after that point.
Also interested to see if they're gonna go for something that can kill off these Visage birds when they come up. Because in last game they didn't have anything like a Kunkka, like a even Bristleback. There are many heroes that can just clear these. And actually Mouse stealing one of the heroes that can kill it by picking the gyrocopter. So limiting that a little bit.
Did you just suggest Bristleback?
Yeah. He's playable, man.
He's playable. No one's playing him, though. No one's touching with a 10-foot pole.
Well,
it's just like, man, Pudge. Why is no one touching him with a 10-foot pole? He was upgraded, man. He's amazing now.
He was upgraded. Well, there are many heroes that are playable in Dota that are not touched just because of how the scene is right then, or how the trend is even, how the teams play. It doesn't even have to come down to numbers and statistics of how balanced the hero is, or how strong it is, but it comes down to how you play, and that's why we see OD banned out now, because that's a hero that everyone wants right now and don't want to play against.
He slipped through the first 2.
He did.
Imaginary Gaming was saying, you know what, we
IMG said, yeah.
It worked. It was one of their it was their biggest lane that worked.
Yeah. But that lane should work against almost any hero in Dota.
You basically got like...
He should win.
Yeah, there's a couple of them around. Like, you still got Live Stealer available. I know I was trying to actually, I was trying to get some convos the Quantic Gaming are playing around with when I had Bucking Mad casting me at Star Ladder.
Yeah.
And he was telling me these, like, a couple of things. I'm like, hey, man, you said that in the live stream. He's like, nope, not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
We'll get to watch that one later.
And we see Storm being banned out as well by Mouse and going for a Tinker as their third pick. So this time they are the ones sitting on the Tinker, and they now have pretty good single target still with the laser option and with Visage being such a strong hero just targeting down one guy to kill. And they have all this AoE in the March, in the Gyro Flag, in the Gyro ult even. But we're gonna see how it works out, because when you have Clockwork on the field, he can easily isolate any hero just by hooking them and can start out the fight.
This is... I was wondering if the laughter which Cinderin was showing on the cameras before was because Toby's just like, yeah, he's asking for this. Technically, I wasn't asking for it. It was really successful. I've only got to cast them once playing this strat before.
Yeah.
And that was when they ran Visage as a solo mid.
Well, we'll
And they
see if they
ran-
want to do it again then.
They
but
ran, I believe, if I remember correctly, it was a Tinker off lane.
Yeah,
And
I
it
was expecting
That was a gyro on a safe lane. And then you pick up a Naga Siren as well.
Yeah, and that should be the support in this game, I assume.
Well, it could be, but it could also be like a jungle Tinker. If we want to start
Could.
stacking and going down those lines, we could be looking at jungle Tinker.
Still flexible, but I would like to see them go towards the Naga support, something that Navi used just the other day. And it can be so useful. As soon as you have your level 6, this hero has a tremendous impact for being a support. You can sleep the entire enemy team. There's no chance they have BKBs by that time. And you can get such a good setup for your team. Also, she has good stats. This hero is fast, she has good armor, and she is just very useful with her illusions. She doesn't have to go anywhere close to the enemy. But I really like what I'm seeing from IMG though. They have the chain targeting initiations going off. They can hook into Leshrac stun or put down into Leshrac stun. They can just go and target one and kill that target.
That combo they've actually got us enough to run an aggressive tri lane.
Yeah.
Like the SD clockwork, it's a little bit more old school
It
as
is,
far
a
as the
little
long lane, but if you couple that up with someone like a Leshrac, and then you can still pick another 2 good cores. Mousesports don't have any heroes that will go up against it. Like you want Naga Siren, Gyro, Tinker, Visage. All 4 of these heroes don't have the ability to escape.
Yeah, none of them wants to go against it alone, but if they put up several heroes there, it could be quite easy for him still, because Visage is a tri-laner that is afraid of no one, really. He is so strong. If the enemy goes
as long
on
as
you,
he doesn't get caught inside the cogs, then he's great.
as long as he doesn't be, as long as he isn't the one that gets targeted first and really dies before he gets anything off, then he's fine, because he can always just nuke and the enemy will die. But we see a Morphling pickup as well. I really like seeing Morphling, but last time I saw it was against the Naga support and it didn't work. So let's see if he can play better against the Naga this time. Of course, that was in the IC Cup against... no, that was against the... there was Fnatic against Navi.
Yeah, the D2L match.
Exactly.
Yeah. But Fnatic love playing their Morphling.
And they love rushing the boot to travel on it always, but in that game he did actually not go for it, because the enemy team, Navi, were simply too strong in the early game.
Shame, man. Shame. It's Fnatic Dota, 3 BTs, first key items for their
It's
core
the Han
heroes.
style.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. All we're missing right now is Miranas, who just level their ultimate at level 6 and they go ganking with it.
I think you should, though. At current Mirana, you should definitely level it at level 6, almost any position, because it's so cheap in mana, and you can use that ability to such great advantage. The duration is so long on it.
Yeah.
I believe it's actually the same on every single level, and it's 15. I'm not entirely sure it's 15 on every level.
You can check the details for that one.
Yeah,
Because you're amazing.
because I'm amazing.
Yep, no
but
other reason.
not here.
Not amazing today, obviously. Dota 2 here, icons aren't working. Syndra going to ban out the Queen of Pain as their last one. So they're still a little bit more worried about what's going to come in that middle lane, like the Storm jump, the Queen of Pain jump. Haven't seen the Lifestealer come out just yet. Like, we're taking out the combo heroes that work perfectly with Lifestealer, but we haven't even seen him being touched for these first 2 games.
Yeah, it's really... They don't want to touch it at all, it seems. And against a Clockwork, I wouldn't really want to have the Lifestealer. It is a little bit easier now that the cogs don't push you in Rage.
Yep.
But still, it's very hard to get in and initiate on the hero. And against Morphling, these heroes can easily escape. And also playing it against Naga is not the most fun, because she will just use her net and you stand there doing nothing.
Yep. Yeah. Horrible thing to have against him. But for Mousesports, they can do it. It's not as though they're missing enough core heroes right now.
Yeah.
Put that Jaren into a support, work with the Naga Siren. Just hold him there, nuke him down, and...
That's what you get when you have all these heroes, these core type heroes, and you have a Naga Siren or something that can run support. It looks like a super greedy lineup, but it can actually be pretty effective even in the early game.
Yeah, well, we even saw like from like Navi's game 1 up against IC Cup in the winners bracket
Yes.
semi of the defense.
Yes.
Where we saw this 4 melee, like how much farm do you have to get on these guys? But you know, if you weather the storm in the first 10 to 15 minutes and you don't lose too many heroes,
it's about levels,
you're
really.
fine. You're fine.
It's about levels, really, sometimes, especially when Navi plays. If they get the levels and have their spells to coordinate them, they normally take such amazing team fights that they just pull ahead with it. And that game, I believe they had 4 melees with stuns, so it was like Alchemist sanking, all of that, and it just was really easy for them to walk through it. And of course, Potter multi is 15 seconds on every level. So level 1, it's really long duration. Of course, the set time is pretty long. And here is another greedy hero.
Nature's Prophet and an Invoker.
Wow, I like that. I really like the Invoker pickup.
Man, I want to give a big shout out to Imaginary Gaming right now for actually being imaginative in their draft. And
They
yes,
are.
the pun is fully intended.
And
because
horrible.
I,
But
I like it when people mix it up. They
Yeah.
change it up. They say, you know what? We don't have to go the norm. We can say Invoker is a hero that could make his way back into the entire game.
could be, yeah.
Where mousesports have taken every single hero, which is almost a staple of the Dota 2 scene right now.
I would almost predict that IMG should be going, and we see the team tier coming up in the stream, of course. And
You got to wake yourself up, man. You got to wake yourself up. Mousesports versus Imaginary Gaming.
Yeah.
It could be early for the world of EU Dota, but it's going to be the perfect timing for us.
could be early.
Yeah.
And IMG, they have to win this one. There's no other option, and they should, and they do go with the aggressive tri-lane of Leshrac, Clockwork, and SD, as we were talking about earlier, which leaves Morphling to solo up, probably on the easy lane, it seems, and Invoker going mid. He was stacked 1 regen, so making that a little bit easier for him, and 1 stacked regen for Morphling as well. So they want to still win the solo lanes, but that aggressive tri-lane is what we are looking at most.
Yeah. And we've got to remember too, like this supposed to be like a phase boot Invoker. So you've technically
Yes.
always got Invoker helping him on that bottom lane. If he's
Yes.
going to go into that Exorb build, you're going to add your Disruption into a Cogs, into a Stun, into a
Yep.
Sunstrike, into basically whoever is caught in that bottom lane, again dead, because mousesports don't have an escape mechanism for any of their players. Like their bottom defensive lane is going to be Synderen supporting as the Naga Siren, Paz supporting as the Visage, and then you've got Koitva trying to farm up as that Tinker on the bottom lane.
Yeah.
And also, so bug on Vlad.
I
Wait.
almost, I almost believe that Mouse are actually already predicting the lanes before the picks, because going for early emoing here on the Tinker Soul Ring, that is, of course, I almost go by that name. And having a Naga Siren along with a Visage on the safe lane, they can actually hold pretty well against this aggressive before the Sunstrikes get too strong. But when the levels up come on the Invoker, he is gonna support that bottom lane a lot.
Do you notice one of these things is not like the other? One of these things just doesn't fit in?
Yeah, what are you doing, Black?
I don't know.
What? It's the same here, though. Look.
It's just wait for pay. Oh,
He got the small ones.
it could still be like, man, I'm minimalistic. I go back to my home and all I have is like my table, which comes with my mouse, my keyboard, my computer.
Like Fierce Video.
And I have a bed in the corner. Oh no, Fierce Video is like, what did I find on the side of the street? Pull it in. I'm pretty sure I can make a desk out of all of this. And just go with that.
Oh, and just barely not feeding experience with the Treant to the Morphling.
Small details, man.
Small details, but he could be getting some advantage in levels there, but no. No. Excellent micro by...
It's a very unusual thing. Black is on Nature's Prophet.
I was just about to remark on this. He is not playing the Tinker. He is more comfortable playing the Furion, which doesn't really strike me as surprising, because what is Furion about? It's...
Whoa. Furion's about the push and supporting teammates and not sitting inside the jungle for 30 minutes.
He's about the dollars. He's about making that paper.
Whoops.
And Black, he knows how to do it. And look at SD's positioning along with Lesh. They're really trying to get something done here. And mid, we see already people trying to gang up and haste.
Syndrome with haste means Ensnare's going to latch, which means Rocket Barrage, but
Still a
Paz,
hard gang.
he's too far away to get that Grave Chill off and slow down Bans. It might be hard, but they're going to achieve it. Syndrome runs away and Fader gets the first blood in the middle lane.
And that's where we're talking about this support hero of Naga Siren in this case, with 5 armor and a very good movement speed even without the haste. And now with a haste, of course, it's super easy going for that initiation. So well done by Mouse.
And now gank on bottom lane. Like you got Vlad as well as Spitter here, and they're thinking about an opening, but can't really find one. In fact, it's actually mousesports who will then rotate down to the bottom lane.
And IMG smoking up, so they're going for the counter gang mid.
Just ships in the night, man.
Yep,
Ships in the night. They just need Scudder coming close enough to get ensnared, and now the pings are already coming out saying this is going on. He's the only one left, which means something is wrong.
I'm surprised that Morphling only skilled up his morph ability on level 2. That he did not go for morphing up a lot of agility on level 1 and just outlasted this Furion, because that's really how he's going to win this lane, by just owning the last hits. But so far, 7 for free for Black, so he's pulling ahead amazingly on this top lane.
It's kind of crazy. Like, I love watching Koifa play this role.
But
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to get an opening, but doesn't look like it. But yeah, I love watching Koifa play this role to see the very early phase boosts that come up from him, and he harasses directly back. Like, the micro on the trees is perfect. It really adds a lot of extra damage onto the hero who's on the lane, not to mention that always frustration. You're always getting body blocked up by a tree that's trying to attack you all the damn time.
All the time, yeah.
And then he just like wins the lane completely because you zone him out of the lane. They have to go back, they have to regenerate, and so on and so forth.
And there's a Leshrac stun coming up. Sunstrike following up.
Synderen, they don't have enough damage to kill him off.
And he's so fast, look at that. 320 movement speed. He doesn't care about much.
And now he's going to instead. Turns around the Leshrac. Soul Assumption charges are really starting to build up, and then Prophet. Black's going to TP in. And the Soul Assumption charges, they go off over on the Leshrac. Black creates an army of trees. He's going to cancel. He's going to attack and cancel off that salve. But there's an extra illusion rune here for Vlad, so he'll be fine.
Yeah, still worth it there, summoning and trying to body block, but he did get the cancel on the south, so.
The only downside is now he's abandoned that top lane, which means there's a little bit more space in Morphling to get some free farm.
Yeah, I believe that Black should not have come down here, actually, because I believe they got that kill no matter if he came. And if he stayed on top, he could be dominating and zoning out, as you said, this Morphling. Going for the face boots early on as a laning Furion, you can really be so aggressive with your extremely good attack animation and rage. And mid, we're gonna see another attempted gang, but this Invoker is having a hard time.
Invoker can't get any close on this one. Like, mousesports instantly knew like this aggressive tri lane required a high exalt level Invoker to really make the tri lane have that extra oomph behind it.
Yeah, they need something to combine along with their put down, because they don't, as we saw on Synderen there, they don't kill him.
Here we go. Rocket's already up, but it's going to follow down on Vlad. They're trying to get rid of the Rocket before they attack on Fader. And then, with the Cold Snap, he tries to go to a Rocket Barrage, keeps getting stunned and slowed down while all this keeps going on.
Very nice kill there for them. They really needed to get
then
that
Sky on bottom
back.
lane. Synderen going to body block him out right now, but the Battery Assault makes it almost next to impossible to do such a thing.
Rockets are up, but they need one more damage. Just one more right click coming in from Tinker, and they're not going to get it. So face boots are finished up on Invoker now that he got that kill on mid. And going behind top, gonna try and kill up Black here. He has his normal teleport with the skill, but he's gonna try and get out.
Into the tree lane, Morphling's gonna waveform, sees him, which means the disruption can then happen.
He is dead.
And a Sunstrike blocking him into a corner. SD will get the kill on that one. 2-2 on the board.
So IMG picking up some speed here with the ganks. They had a hard time at first, but they are missing a lot of experience on bottom lane right now, though. They're pushing into a tower here, Mouse that is, and someone needs to take that. Clock comes down and pulls the aggro with Rocket.
That's one way to do it, man.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, mousesports, I'm wondering really what's the timing here for Imaginary Gaming? Like, I'm talking, like, how do they get themselves inside the base? Because I look over towards mousesports and I say, no matter what point of this game, they'll have split push, which gives them the extra control. They've got a really great team fight. Like, Naga sleep into a call down with probably 2 sets of March the Machines in that one, and a Prophet ultimate damage, and Visage's Familiars that can also get the perfect stuns off. This, for me, is a crazy combination from mousesports, where Imaginary Gaming, like, they've got this little Shrike, but they've got to use him to push down towers. Luckily, they did get the extra point up. They put the point up in Edict, so he's going to be there to help push down these towers, but Morpling's going to take a lot of time before he'll be at the point where he can fight.
It takes some time before he's ready, yeah, but I feel that IMG's lineup, if they can get a good game now on Invoker, with that gang, it really helped him on the lane stage. If they can get a good farm on Invoker, good farm on the Morphling, of course, which they already have, he's topping the farm, then they can definitely pull this game to a normal standard mid-game playout, where they have great gankers, so let's see how it goes. And this kill on Black was also huge. You don't want him scaling out in farm.
Ooh, Fader. A little bit of trouble for him.
He knows he has to run through the enemy here.
He realized there's a lot of support coming back to him, so he just leaves a Rocket on the ground, trying to keep Invoker out of the lane, and just let him get back to safety.
Yeah. They could have stayed up at top and pushed out instead. Now Black will go up to the top lane and stop that. But they tried for the mid gang again, want to give more momentum to the Invoker. And Tinker, of course, he did rush Soul Ring, but he's also maxing out the Marching Machines and going for an early Boots of Travel as any Tinker. He will hit it pretty early as a safe lane carry.
Yep.
And that's when Furion and Tinker, pretty annoying, top, looking for a big setup here.
Yeah,
is Black gonna back? Does he have the off-lane sense that he's in danger?
He might just have a lot of support come in for him too, because he can't TP out yet. He only just arrived here. He's got 16 seconds before he's able to TP again.
There's no TP scroll on Naga Siren and no TP scroll on Visage, so he's on him by himself here. But SD was very late here, didn't go in to check for him. I think they could have just rushed in, but they were scared because they didn't see Naga Siren.
And Naga's just chilling, hiding inside tree lines where no one will ever find her. Well, until they come just that little bit too close and all of a sudden ensnare, and that's what Syndra's looking for. Ooh, he was just on the edge of the range then. Might have lost vision, especially during this nighttime. That vision ain't that great. But we go 2-2 still on the board.
2-2 still on the board, yeah, but with the top tower going down, the gold is going back towards IMG. Of course, they had a little bit rougher early game. The experience is still going the way of Mouse.
Oh, disruption. Catcher, gonna go on the top lane. They're looking for Black. There's no follow-up stun.
Yeah, they needed a Sunstrike. If they couldn't Sunstrike that, then there's no way they can kill without Leshrac near. They, I think they could have done it, but Invoker still using the Cold Snap on mid. He feels he needs it.
It is kind of like interesting to watch those decisions. Like, ooh, okay, so can we get this kill? Is it even worth doing disruption and catcher on that one target?
Yeah.
It's a small amount of harassment damage that was dealt. Like
a small amount of harassment, but if they, I think they were trying to do the Sunstrike combo, but I don't think that Invoker was completely ready for it. Because if they did all their spells with Sunstrike and Morphling's waveform, they would have killed him. It's more about them being scared for the counter gang, really.
Man, Syndrome's getting a really good stack up here.
Yeah, he is.
He's prepped very, very hard here for the Tinker. And Tinker goes over there and throws down two waves of March Machines.
Tinker
That's
or
the BTs.
even the Gyro can go out there and just throw a call down. But as you say, you want the BTs on Tinker, but he almost got it already just by safe lane farming. Clark does have level 6 now and has 2 TP scrolls. He's so ready to go somewhere else. But he is heading down to bottom lane at first as it's pushing in.
Gotta defend it, man.
And SD and Leshrac are relentless. They're just going for another gank mid. Both of them have boots, and let's see if they can get the disruption.
Well, it's going to be difficult. There's a haste rune right behind him. They've got to get this perfect stun, and already Fader, he does pop very quickly. Nice combination here for Imaginary Gaming.
Yep. Fader a little bit too cocky there with his haste. He thought they could get out of the Leshrac stun, but that is pretty hard. Any Leshrac SD combo players will know pretty well how early you need to cast.
But you do have that micro of a second.
Yeah,
Or
you have a
possibility for
very
mistake.
little time window there, but he would pretty much have to run in towards the enemy tower. But with Cold Snap also there, you're not getting away. You're simply dead. So haste rune wasted in the end of the day. And some D-wards going down here by pass, removing the uphill vision.
Little by little, mousesports want to gain control of this map back again. With the BT Tinker now up 9 minutes and basically 30 seconds into this game.
And they are very close to level 6 on the Naga Siren. When she hits that, of course, she can just stand behind anyone. On mid lane, for example, standing behind Gyro. If the enemy ganks him, you do the ulti and counter gang it with travels. Oh, is Tinker gonna TP down there? No, he cancelled.
He cancelled, and then he TP's in again.
Yeah, he wants to get the stack instead.
He's going to get here
He
and not have
already
full
killed.
mana. He need to wait like a fraction of a second more.
Yeah, he already killed most of this.
So he's got to clean up the rest of it.
So Morphling still topping the charts in terms of CS. Not that high CS all around the board, but that's because there's so much ganks going on. So it's pretty hard to have that perfect farm.
I don't know what's supposed to be being done by this bottom lane. I'm looking to push in because I'm looking at 3 players for Imaginary Gaming. Again, this rotation comes back into the middle lane. Hence the reason for that ward we were talking about before.
Yeah. And we see a disruption, becoming an illusion.
Follow up with a catcher,
Yeah,
and
it's an
then all of a
illusion,
sudden
so-
nothing's there, and Fader opens up. Flat Cannon and that Soul Assumption just destroys the Leshrac. And Vlad, as well as Ban's just moving back out again.
They got very baited into that one. And they did not have vision when the illusion rune was picked by Gyrocopter. So nice use of it, knowing that the enemy wants to gang so badly. When you play against SD Leshrac, they always want to keep the gang up high. So they're pretty much using this against them. Almost 4-staff on Invoker, by the way.
Not too shabby, man. Not too shabby at all.
Yeah.
But it's one of the very few core items which are coming out from Imaginary Gaming.
Yeah, Morphling is not done. He wants to farm for a much longer time than Tinker. And we have a little bit of a DC from Fata.
Yeah. Dota 2 crash. Never a fantastic thing. I'll just have to get that little sorted out.
And Vata not looking too happy with it. He's like, the hell, I want to play games.
All I want to do is for things to work.
And he got some support behind him. Black looking a little bit concerned.
I don't know. He always looks like that.
Yeah.
I think if anything he was concerned about, it's like, why am I playing Nature's Prophet?
He's probably like, wait, this is not safe lane. Where's my support?
No, this was meant to be safe lane. It was meant to always be safe lane. The aggressive tri lane was meant to come down bottom lane.
Yeah.
Success.
Success. Success, Black is success.
So.
And of course, when you run a tournament like this and you have the soundproof headsets, you basically often run with double headsets, so it looks a little bit fun.
Yeah. Well, technically they're actually using 3.
Yeah, they have their headphones as well.
Yeah. So you use the in-ears, you have your sponsor's headphones, which could also be the same thing.
Yeah.
And then you have the noise-cancelling headphones.
Yes. So a lot of headphones.
It's the contracts of the players. You must display the fact you were wearing this. It's like, oh, okay.
Pretty much.
Luckily, when we get ourselves back into the game, we will cross into the mousesports. We'll listen to mousesports talking.
Listen to them.
We'll tap into their RaidCall channel.
Yeah, we'll stalk them a little bit.
We'll find them. We'll find them. Actually, we won't find them at all.
No.
We have tech guys here that find them.
The tech guys are helping Fada right now, though. And he has reconnected.
Yep.
Yeah, both of them have reconnected now because
Vlad
Vlad was restarting as well.
Yep, so it looks like, okay, ready, go, GG, go.
Time for game.
Yeah, so let's get ourselves back into it. And looks like middle lane is where we should be turning our attention.
Yeah, the push coming in from Mouse with the spam of the marches. And tower is about to go down very shortly.
Yeah, they just whittle away at it bit by bit.
And any deny attempt will be hard.
Oh, Sky's in way too close. Ensnared up. The tower's already gone down to Gyro. Disruption there will save him from a very weak soul assumption, but a secondary one will be thrown. Gone down to 22-1, 22 life points. The familiar wasn't focusing.
The fail micro.
Ah.
And Mio at top lane, this push is amazing by Morphling. He is definitely not wasting any time here. Oh, if he hit with that familiar, even if it was on the lowest possible damage, it would probably have killed him there.
Yep.
Unless the start shield saved him. Yeah, that was really close, we could say. No one died.
Let's actually just jump ourselves in, guys, to the mousesports RaidCall. So we'll hear what the boys have to say off that last fight. It's at this point we hope they're actually saying something.
Yes.
Or our guys at the back were listening and have actually hit the button.
Yeah, I want to know what they said.
Yeah, same. So we assume.
We assume that we are back.
Yeah, we assume it's not working.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Groovy.
Anyway, we have Medallion finished up on Visage again, and Midas, of course, rocking on that Furion ever since the mid push, pretty much. And who got that tower lasted in the end? It was to Gyrocopter, so a little bit extra gold for him.
What's he up to now? Like, we're looking at... It looks like the start of drums.
Yeah.
It looks like the start of drums.
A weird start of drums.
Because normally you start with the bracer.
Normally you don't start with Robo Magi at least.
Maybe he's going to get rid of his phase boots and get something else up and just pick up his strength treads.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's very abstract to do such a thing.
Exactly, especially as you can't disassemble your phase boots in any way, so. He does have a bracer now. I feel much better about this now. But the push is coming in top. We have Naga Sleep ready this time. Last time he was just barely out of mana, so we'll see if he's looking for an initiation here, or if they're just gonna try and take tower. Tower is full HP, so it's gonna be hard. Bottom, Sky is looking to be aggressive on Black here, trying to find...
Black doesn't have anything that can fight up against him, though. Like, he went for standard boots and went straight as early as he could into Hand of Midas.
And a hook.
A hook in bottom lane. I'm waiting for that top lane to still erupt, man. So it looks like Sunstrike's going to help him out.
But he dies as well. So it's a trade after all.
For the greater good, Nature's Prophet holding to bounce through. But it's this top lane. TPs are coming back from the Tinker.
Profit.
Naga's going to throw off that ulti and manage to catch out 3 players in this one. 2 high and then 1 low. Cooldown can hit very nicely. Perfect positioning from Fader. Able to hit on both of them. And then bit of a disruption over on the side. It's trying to keep Cinderin out, who's just going to ensnare up Vlad. And that'll be the death of the SD. Morphling was able to escape back to base, but only because he waved himself up to TP out.
That much stronger, that's really impressive, taking that fight so easily. And the combo was beautiful. The Naga sleep and then the Gyro ulti barely hitting 2 people, and not only the positioning of it, but the timing they had of cancelling was beautiful. And of course, they had to cast the Gyro ulti first and then cancel. So, yeah, really beautiful combo.
Well, that makes it up to 7-4. That was the team fight of mousesports I was talking about. Like, no matter what portion of this game is going to come out, you know the synergy is perfect with this lineup.
Yeah, and so getting a tower as well as winning a team fight there, it's hard to describe exactly how much it impacts. It makes almost the laning stage fade out in relevance. After that team fight, Mouse are ahead in terms of strength, but anything can happen when the enemy team has so much gankers as well, so they have to be careful not being caught out too much. Black, of course, dying there on bottom lane. He got the return kill, so he didn't really lose any gold, and he's looking pretty good for money now. Gonna head into that Shadow Blade most likely.
Yeah. Moving around nice and invis, they can't really control him.
Look at the entire Mouse being down here on bottom lane. They know that the enemy is coming down here.
Disruption. Sunstrike, Catcher, all on Black. Clockwork going to latch himself into, and then instant buyback coming from Black. They want to fight this one off the cooldown. Sky's going to get hit by that rock and then killed off again. Pass with the double kill.
Yeah,
killing Secures all over.
And behind we see Vlad going down as well on the SD. So lots of kills there for Mouse. They're just so strong. They don't really care that you burst down the Fury, and he will buy back and come instantly back to the fight.
Notice where Invoker ended up. Straight back at the middle lane. Like he did. I was like, okay, screw it. End up there.
Yeah, he was trying to push out a little bit there. They almost got that tower in top lane. Sev just shoving away Black here. He knows that he's stronger than him.
All Black wants is the farm from the creep wave. That's all Black ever wants.
He just wants to farm, bro.
Yeah. He likes the monies. It's all about the monies. Diddy Rune for Fader. So Diddy Rune with a flat cannon phase booting drummed up Fader.
I'm looking at Koikwa in this game and saying that he is pretty strong. Even though they haven't stacked Ancients now for him, he's going to stack it himself, I believe. And he has the Blink Dagger, he has the Travels, and he has 2.2k gold to boot. So he is going to hit pretty early whatever item he wants to go for next. I would almost say that he should go for a Dagon this game. He could, of course, go for a Hex as well. It's very convenient for picking enemy off, but having that nuke when you're already ahead in terms of kills and experience, it can be really, really useful.
Well, Black forced again. Has to move back. It's going to be so frustrating for him, man.
Yeah, but
normally he's got all the space in the world to farm, but now he's sitting at 76 for 6.
At the same time, he's farming very close to his tower, and it takes so long time for SD and Leshrac to get down there, and Tinker blinking very aggressively here.
Yeah, he's up a long way up. There's 3 heroes there. Disruption, it's in range, but then a triple TP's come in.
HP.
The Sunstrike's on the way with the Grave Chill and the Prof holding and the Soul Assumption. Passes a lot of damage to Sky. Magic One Charge is the only thing that keeps him alive. And then Naga throws the ulti just in case those extra TPs coming out. So the trees around and then the extra kill. So Cinderin takes both.
Yeah, positioning himself with his ulti and then just throwing the Riptide, which is a very strong nuke. Not only dealing high damage, but also minus armor.
Not to mention the range in that damn thing.
Yeah, and it's going to be a Hex on Tinkers. He's not there yet, but he's farming it and top. Morph wants that tower. And he will not get it, but his Catapult friend helps him out.
That's still worthwhile for him.
Meanwhile, on bottom, that DD rune push along with Gyrocopter and all the summons from Black.
The way to get a revenge tower.
Mid tower was also gotten though by Invoker. He farmed that up and he has almost finished up his Aghanims, rushing that after the 4-staff. I like it since he's going for 1 point in Wex early so he can cast every single spell that Invoker has available. Just a little bit weaker on the Wex instances. But that allows him to still have the Deafening Blast and some other spells that are really key. Being able to go in this can sometimes be really good as well.
He just needs the options.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Of course, his Tornado is going to be pretty damn useless, but...
As many of the options as he can get.
He's going for damage. Like, he has the 2 Forge Spirits up and gonna use them a lot. They have an amazing damage output, really, if you get to right-click the same target for a longer period of time. The minus armor stacks up so fast. And we see Gyro just ulting on bottom lane, and he actually might go aggressive here. With
Replica's riding his tail right now. With the Prophet ultimate, he might have thought about it a little bit more, but Black decided to hold the ulti for now.
Especially as Sev is rocking 63 strength right there and morphing it down a little bit now. He was too alt mid.
Disruption, catcher, Sunstrike, Clockwork, Latchin, past dead. Very, very simple combination again.
But then there's the March and Spider. He gets lasered. It is so very dangerous, and Black going for more.
And then all we got to do is drop the familiars or just keep him attacking. Black now on a killing spree. Clockwork to add to his belt as well.
Yeah, and Tinker game very close to his Hex with all these kills coming up. So everything going the way for Mouse right now. After those kills, they start to take so many towers, going for the mid tower now as well, the tier 2. And I don't see how IMG are going to stop them here. The March is simply what's stopping them right now from taking any form of fight. And with the Blink Dagger, you get the right positioning, get the March up, then the weak supporters of ST and Lesh who have been roaming the entire game, they cannot walk into it. It's impossible.
Yep.
Visage maybe could, because he has a Medallion and Mecha, but he's on the wrong team. So he's the guy who actually got to pull and do farming as long as he could, while the Dire team went more for the ganks.
But that's what Imaginary Gaming tried to do in game number 1 too, so attempted in game number 1, then number 2, that's fine.
Yeah, pretty much. And as Mouse said as well, they're trying to play more stable, more the same way every single game, just a stable way of playing Dota. They have drums as well as BKB finish up on their Gyro, so he's pushing very aggressively. But I really feel that that was not something they just said, that they will still play their confident style. They will definitely just take it to this type of game. And there we see the entire Hex is finished up. Should be a fight on top very soon though.
Well, see if they can find the opening, man. Meanwhile on bottom lane, Black's making a very big one, pushing out that bottom lane.
Yeah.
So easy to do that, and then Tinker in towards the mid. This really is like TI2 qualifiers grand final up against SKC all over again.
Was like, hey, I remember this good thing I used to do with the Frenchies. Let's try this.
The never-ending split push.
All I'm missing is, or I'm not really missing it, but all I'm missing is the Spirit Bear to boot.
But then again, everyone misses that when it had the armlet. Now people are like, maybe an entangle here, maybe an entangle there.
Yeah, no one misses the old Radiant split pusher Bear. Oh, we see a nice combination thrown out, but BKB instantly.
Sends him up, Clockwork able to lash through the rear, and it goes, as you said, that BKB from Fader just turns on the flag cannon.
And Morphling cannot go in these fights too hard. No. He wants to deal damage, and he's going to try on the Visage, but he is in danger just by doing this.
Gets the wrong one. He had a 50-50 chance. The stun's going to miss, which means the full rocket barrage will take him out. And then the Invis bans his 4-star spec up to the high ground.
Yeah.
But it's just him and Morphling that's alive. That's all that's left right now.
Morphling, it's not that Morphling is low on farm, because he's actually out farming the Gyro, who is the enemy DPS dealer mainly, apart from the Tinker with his March. It's just that he cannot go into this. There's too many factors. There's the Familiars, there's the March, and right now we see push on all 3 tier 3 towers.
Yeah, they're keeping everything split up, including Imaginary Gaming. Because they know it's like a 2v3, they can probably take more. And now with an Naga ulti going off, catching 3 heroes, the call down gets going to be left there because they're already TPing back to base anyway, so...
And that is what I mean when I say that this is a support hero that has huge impact. Because she can just click her ulti and everyone can safely get back to base. As long as she has time to do that, it's fine. And the enemy team does not have any BKBs or anything like that, so no way to cancel her.
It's not really a place where you want to pick up BKBs either.
No, definitely not.
You might be forced into it.
You might be sooner or later, but this Morphling, he wants to go for something else. He has his Ghost Scepter already. Wants to go for an E-Blade, it looks like. And Clockwork almost has a mech. That could be some sort of timing for IMG where they can start tanking the March just a little bit and not have everyone die instantly. Because SD and Lesh cannot go in, Morphling cannot go in, Invoker doesn't want to go in because he throws spells from the side lane. And Clockwork, well, he wants to go in, but he doesn't want to be alone, man.
Yeah. No one wants to be alone, man.
DD on the gyrocopter during this push, and I believe they're going to go for a hard push on the top lane.
Well, that would be one way to break the base. Unfortunately, though, they need everybody
Oh,
else
bottom, they're
with
trying
them
to kill.
because, yeah, Sev's down here.
They're going to
So
chain hex him.
the blink, the hex, and then the DD's pop from Fader. So they'll get the kill out, and that's Morphling on the sideline.
Linken's does not help you at all when the enemy has a Tinker who just lasers you first, then hexes you, and now he pushes into the Dagon.
All we're missing is the E-Blade.
All we're missing.
The Fader won't make it in time to push up there. However, Black, there's Gem. The Tinker going in again with those lasers. A triple kill for Koitva, making an ultra kill for Koitva as he takes out the Lashrak. And then we'll move over for a rampage over on Sky that gets denied. Clockwork kills Visage, Visage kills Clockwork. Tip for tat, and the entire Imaginary Gaming side is on the sidelines.
Yeah, they got wiped there again. And this is not looking good at any way for them. 23 for 7, and it's going to be really, really hard to throw this game as well, it looks like. The push does continue. Cinderin staying with no HP at all, but hey, he has his ulti. He's just going to have to be careful when Invoker is alive not to get Sunstruck here.
Yep. But then again, who else will stay alive when Koitva does that kind of stuff? Just jump in, laser, rocket, Dagon, and SD dies almost instantly.
Yeah, and he even upgraded his Dagon to a Dagon 2.
Where's that
Sunstrike? Oh, it missed. Just barely on
That's
Cinderin.
looking for Cinderin.
Yeah, it was pretty close, but didn't really hit him.
Puts the ward up in the high ground just in case people were still looking at that.
Yeah, and after that last fight, it's going to be really hard to take another one now. And Tinker is always ready. He has all his spells, all his hacks. He has Dagon. Meanwhile, they have to be careful. Really.
Oh, Scott doesn't look like he wants to be careful. Even starts walking down the ramp, battery
Cinderin's
assault
still
going
staying
on.
here. He wants to get the Sunstrike in his face.
He's just hanging around. He knows all I need to do, I just get an ulti, and I'm good.
Yeah, he's sending out 2 salves on the courier now, so he doesn't have any intention of backing here.
Just one for before, one for after.
Exactly.
It's like late night snacks.
Even with the Aghanims now finished up on Invoker, his Tornado does really nothing because it's so short range. He needs to be very close in order to land it, and that puts him in the danger zone. And especially the danger zone is where, oh, another goal.
Danger zone is Sky. Again, another
he's gonna
hero
go again.
sniped off, this time with the Prophet ulti. And you're right, he does blink in. The laser already flew out. Now, nice ulti from Cinderin. Bought them the time to finish up on the SD. Gives a double kill for Fader. Then on to Seb. Nice combination again here from Banz as that Invoker. The problem is the rest of his team is just dying way too fast. He's wanting Koitva here. Forge Spirits plus the Cold Snap combining in the Sunstrike. Looking for him, but he's already dead.
Yeah.
And we'll lose everything else. It'll be top racks. Now, I'm not quite sure how much more will be lost here. Invoker will buy back here to try and save at least his racks.
Yeah, they don't really want to TP in and just try again to kill off the Tinker here. But Tinker might want to have a go at them soon, though. Just going to go back to base first. And he has Dagon free now. It just keeps going up every time he gets kills.
Yeah, man. It's almost too easy for him. So now extra TPs here in a Cold Snap. It's a little bit further down, possibly Cinderin, but then Fader pops up the BKB. Cooldown's already dropped on down, and Lashrak might be on the sideline. Seb's about to go join him as these hexes just never end, especially with the Orchids. Sky getting locked down by 3 different familiars, and that gives already a double kill to Koitva, and it's too many. Black will take an unstoppable streak. Fader gets a double kill. Imaginary Gaming again. Entire team on the sidelines, and what was one Rax turns into another team wipe and a GG call. Now Sports will advance almost with ease through this early quarterfinals.
Yeah, they made it look very easy, these 2 games, especially the first one, but also the second one here. They had no real hardships going through this.
Yeah, they should be really happy with themselves.
Big props to IMG, though, for playing the style that they do and picking these. Especially I like the second game where they pick a little bit more unorthodox heroes like Invoker. Even if it doesn't work,
and then have a great chance to win one of our prizes. And the first prize we're going to be giving out is a Quickfire Rapid from CM Storm. A really amazing keyboard, and I know a lot of players who are actually using it and really enjoying it. So all you have to do is log on there, vote for your favorite team who you think is going to perform really well or who you just like, and have a chance to win. So without any further ado, we're going to jump into a quick commercial break, and when we get back, Map number 2.
RaidCall, communication for winners.